Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the BISH, BASH, BOSH. I am one of two of the hosts. With the most is a Retro Wolf Live, and with me is the hostess with the mostess is, I believe, is Trans Gamer Girl. How you doing?
Tis me. Hi guys, how are y'all today?
I am doing very well. I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I was talking about everybody who's watching us too. So, how are
Oh,
you guys doing today? How are you today too, Malk? Though
I am very well. I'm absolutely delighted because we won today. England won 4-0 just before we finish. Before we started on the Bish Bash Bosh. We haven't finished. We actually started.
for the record, by the way, guys, that's why we're late. That's why we're late today.
Yeah,
because he had a game he had to watch.
It's just a matter of life or death situation.
That's what he told me. He's like, Trance, can we go a little later today because it's a matter of life or death? I'm like, what's going on? And he told me it was a football game. I was like, okay.
And I do appreciate it. I'd like to thank Trans, and we're going to have the special guest coming in.
Excuse me.
In a moment too. But how's it been this week, Trans? All good?
Busy.
Busy. No worries.
Last night especially, we had our Independence Day celebration. Speaking of, happy Independence Day to all of our U.S. viewers, because I know that's coming up this weekend. Today's the 3rd, tomorrow's the 4th. I know y'all be celebrating all weekend long, so happy Independence Day weekend.
So all good stuff, all good. Hopefully, we'll have a massive celebration for all the US as well. So that should be all good. Happy Thanksgiving as well, Trans. Happy Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving yet, Milk.
Oh God, what am I doing? I'm not even drunk or anything at all.
Are you trying to think ahead of time, Ben?
Yes, yeah. At least I'm 2 steps ahead. To be fair, so that's all good.
You're a few months ahead, but okay, we'll go with that.
I'm sorry.
We'll go with that, buddy.
You can tell. You just literally just said it, and my head was just like gone afterwards. To be fair, I'm completely speechless. But anyway,
before we get started, I want to show something, guys. You know how I was concerned about like showing like labels and stuff on screen. Well, today I thought ahead. Ha. No logos. Because Trance was thinking.
Thanks for that, Trance. That is absolutely epic with that, to be fair. That's just...
I had to share my proud moment, man. Had to share it. I had to.
You had to share it to the screen for the podcast, to the screen of the podcast itself. So
for those who are on audio, when you guys listen to us on audio, normally I'm trying to cover up labels and hide them because we're not affiliated with any particular company. Today, I didn't have to do that because I blacked the whole thing out. So we're good.
No, you try to... It's like hugging, but you just try to cover everything at the same time, isn't it? Yeah, see, as you can see on the screen as well. So, without any further ado, I won't wait any longer. Hi, Daisy. So, we will have our special guest. It is the fantastic RogueValkyrie, but it'll be RogueValkyrie Gaming. How you doing? You okay?
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
It's so good to see you. Hi, Tess. Hi, Daisy. Thank you guys for being here. So happy to see y'all in my channel. Thank you.
Nice one.
So glad you guys invited me to come on.
It's all good. It's all good. I bet you're absolutely nervous during the podcast.
He always says that.
It's just like I'm trying to look at it as like just a discussion like any other with friends. So and that's what I'm trying to look at it as, and I might fuck up, but if I don't, I'll try not to.
It really is nothing but a discussion with friends. Seriously, like it really is. We're good.
It's all good in Z-Hood as well. So, like I said, it's just the podcast that you could never ever expect, and it's all out guns blazing as well. So, wherever you say.
Why we call Bish Bash Bosh, because there's the Bish Bash Bosh moments. Ha! Took your line, Malk.
I am shaking my head in disgust, to be fair, because that's just damn right disgrace with that. Took my line, took my title as well.
I did.
Unbelievable. Anywho, let's go straight to the segment 1, which is what we do. There's 3 segments that we always do in our podcast. There's the PC console news, then hopefully leading up to the main discussion topic, and then we're going to do the introduction itself.
It'll be like 4 segments today, though, because remember, we're discussing the game today first.
Yes, I was just about to say, normally we do the 3 segments. Try to do 2 steps ahead. Trans on there.
Oh yeah, sorry. I will not kill your vibe
Thanksgiving.
anymore, Mel. Go ahead.
No worries, no worries. Like I said, we normally do the 3 segments of the PC console news, then leading up to the main discussion topic, and then the interview with the streamer, but of RogueValkyrie as well. So, but in this one, as Trans said as well, we will be doing 4. You've heard me right, 4 segments. Which one we're going to be talking about in more depth of the game itself, but we'll keep it inside that segment 1 because it is technically the game itself of the news as well at the same time. So Trans, did you want to go through it first, or did you want me to go first?
Oh, I can jump into it. So
sure.
RogueValkyrie is amazing, and she has been playing Biomutant off and on. And so I was like, hey, let's do a Biomutant game review like 2 weeks ago. But we didn't have anybody who played it. So now Rogue is here and she's played it. So we're going to ask her about that and see how her feelings are and give our input on it. So when you're ready, Rogue, how has Biomutant been and what's the premise and stuff like that?
All right, so it seems I've only gotten I think I've only scratched the surface with the game because I constantly keep going back to the character creator because it's so much fun. Just because the sliders that you use to morph the character, morphs the character, that doesn't just change the face. So I just find the character creator really fun. So I spend so much time in it creating new characters because you slide the sliders around and the character literally is morphs. So you just watch the face mush and change, and it's just a lot of fun. But when you actually get into the game, it just seems like you're bombarded with this light and dark kind of choice system. And as someone that likes to have choices in games, I don't like there being this steadfast, you have to stick with one choice. For instance, Mass Effect had a great Renegade Paragon system, but you could choose both and not necessarily always feel guilty about your choice. I mean, the great example for that is in Mass Effect 2. When you're playing a Paragon role, everyone chooses the Renegade option when you kill that one assassin when you're at that last bit there. Almost everyone chose the Renegade option when you stabbed him with your multi-tool. That was almost everyone did that, whether you were running a Paragon or not. But in this game, it just feels like you have to choose one or the other. I don't feel like you can make the choices between light and dark necessarily because there are skills that are strictly only for dark, and there seems to be only skills only for light. Now, I haven't gotten so far deep into the game yet to see if I can do both types of skills yet. Just because I spend more time just fighting all the enemies than really doing the story.
It's okay.
Because the crafting system also in the game is a lot of fun. I mean, I made a banana hammer.
Oh, really?
A banana hammer?
I made a banana hammer.
That's cool.
There's a banana that you can use as a handle. And then you can then attach it to all kinds of funny things. So I literally made a hammer with a banana as the handle. I call it the banana hammer. And I just go around bonking enemies with it. It's not very strong, but it's fun to do.
Daisy does say that. He did say on my chat that you can get them all apparently at the level 100 cap. He says you can unlock everything. So you'll get a chance to experience that, which will be awesome because, I mean, you're working go one path or the other. So he says you do have the opportunity to get all of them. So that's something to look forward to. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Perfect. That's good to know. I know with the tribe systems too, it seems really interesting how they have the 2 major tribes you have to choose from, and then you have all the other minor tribes to kind of work with as well. I haven't gotten too much in depth with the whole tribe system yet, but I'm looking forward to playing with it some more. I've just been more focused on the games I normally play, like Destiny 2, Call of Duty. And Sea of Thieves is actually making a comeback on my stream because that was a game I played a lot when it first came out.
Awesome.
But with all the new content, especially with the life of brain fart.
The Pirates one, the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
Nice. Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I've been kind of like knee deep wading through all that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome.
All the new enemies are great. They have phantoms. They have these ocean crawlers. They have sirens. It's great.
From what I saw on Biomutant, it looked like a really beautiful game. So
absolutely gorgeous.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean I saw a small clip when I popped into your channel one night and you were playing it. I'm like, this is really cool looking. It looks really neat. And I really want to get it. I just haven't been able to get it yet.
Oh yeah, no, there's the game is definitely a lot deeper than I've gotten into yet. Like I'm wanting to work on getting the mech suit to walk around in the mech suit. Because that is something that's super cool. There's a Breath of the Wild glider that you can kind of get, or like a magic carpet you can ride on as well. So like, there's multiple ways of traveling through this amazingly beautiful world. And the whole point is either there seems to be like two major decisions: either save this tree of life kind of deal, or destroy the tree of life and restart the world. That seems to be like the two major choices, and I haven't really I'm not wanting to go to that just yet because I feel like I'm being pushed to go like make that decision right now, in the game, and so like I kind of like play it on and off, and I'm just really enjoying the combat, the scenes, and like sometimes I'll just like take my character on top of one of the houses or on top of a hill and just sit there and just watch the sun rise and set and stuff like that. It's really beautiful just to kind of just like wander around the game.
Wow, this is amazing. Basie says CD Key. I will definitely check out costs on CD Key, Basie. I used to have an affiliation with them, and I know they have some really good deals. So I will definitely check out CD Keys.
Absolutely. But yeah. That got me into that now because it's like more. It's just like I've never heard of it. Well, I probably have heard of it a few times, but I've never seen it, played it. And the way that you guys describe to it as well, it's just absolutely feels like I want to play on it. I want to see it, and I want to try and make a banana hammer as well.
Yes.
So
yes, because that's going to have to be a thing that has got to be done. Like legit, it has to be.
It's basically it's not just matter. It's either yes or hell yes moments as well. That's what it always have to be. So it's
Rogue, I think you might have started something. We're all going to be trying to make banana hammers now.
Go for it. Yeah, no, I mean it's one of the weaker weapons. There are different stages of the banana that you can get. So like there are different tiers.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's great.
But like the ones you find early on are pretty weak, but like it's still pretty fun to watch. And there's puzzles, like little puzzles to find as well that help you like unlock stuff. You can like make modifications to your armor, to your weapons. The game's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the combat. A lot of reviews said the combat felt stiff and just more button mashy. There are combos that you can find in the game. So like if you set up your skills right, for me, like I played around with the commando, and then I played with the I guess the original soldier type, or one that's like the big sword, the one that you saw in all the commercials. I played with those two the most because I think the commando one is the one that I don't know if that's the one that was a pre-order bonus. I think.
Okay.
There was one that was there's one class I think is a pre-order bonus that you can only get if you pre-ordered it, which I think is BS. But you should never lock anything behind something like that.
Sucks.
I could also be wrong.
Basie did say it's a very solid game and it feels finished, so he likes it too. He's been playing it as well. So
it feels finished is something that I love to is something I would also describe the game as.
Nice,
because we've been getting a lot of games out recently that do not feel finished.
I know, right?
God damn it!
And there's probably gonna be more coming that won't feel finished either. Who knows?
Cyberpunk. As you can tell, I have the collector's edition box right there.
Oh, nice!
That's so cool looking.
I
love it.
I was a big proponent of the game. I got the Cyberpunk controller. I got the Cyberpunk extended hard drive for my Xbox. I've got Keanu Reeves's 1:2 scale arm in my trunk right now. I've got all the pop figures. I went neck deep in Cyberpunk stuff because like I love that genre. And when the game came out, I loved the game, and then I started encountering bugs and issues. Now I play on PC, so I didn't have some of the bugs that they had on PS4 and Xbox One. So then I played on my Xbox Series X, and then I encountered a lot of bugs. So
Basie did say that needs another year or two of work, and it sounds like you agree with that on there, Rogue.
Yeah, no, I mean the game is still a lot of fun to play, and at this time, it is finally stable enough to where I would feel comfortable streaming it again.
Cool.
But it's one of those games that like they should have delayed it again and should have delayed it at least another year. But the problem is that when companies are like saying, yes, this is the definitive release date, and then they realize, no, there's not, this needs more work, but now their shareholders are pressuring them to push those games out. There's a difference between business and then making a good product sometimes.
That's also a thing with like video work too. Like when you're doing shows and stuff, yeah, it's a similar thing.
Yeah, I mean, CD Projekt Red is the biggest game studio in Europe. You know, they have shareholders. They've got people they have to be accountable for, other than their consumers. You know, we saw the same thing happen to Hello Games when they released No Man's Sky. When they delayed it, what happened? They got a ton of death threats.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to CDPR when they delayed that from April to they delayed, I think, from December to April.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they did that as well. So
it's like 4 months.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I do agree. I think the games that they say that should be not ready to be published or ready to be output to everyone else, it needs to be sorted properly, because yes, we understand that the companies are like, it's like a matter of life or death situations again, because it's just trying to get their stuff out as soon as possible. But at the same time, like I remembered when you said when you said Rogue, about the No Man's Sky. I remember that they were going to say, "Oh, we delayed it for another year." And then when it came out, there was some talk about, "Oh, are we going to have more multiplayers? Like, are we actually going to see our friends joining together at the same planet at the same time?" And it didn't happen until another year or a year after. I can't remember exactly, but it was basically delayed, and then the fans were just really ripping it, pretty much.
Right.
So
yeah.
I mean, that game has seen a lot over the last I think it's been 3 years since the game initially released now.
Yeah.
That game has seen
Give or
a ton
take,
of free updates, and like it is a beautiful game now. That the game now officially looks just like it was during the E3 initial like review of, like, you know, that when they kind of showed off the game the first time. And I think a lot of people forget too is like they had an accident at the studio. They lost like 2-3 years worth of work on the game when their studio got flooded.
I didn't hear about that, but that's good to know. I didn't know about that. I don't think
a lot of people knew that. Yeah, their studio got flooded during a really bad rainstorm, and they lost about 2 or 3 years worth of work. So they were scrambling, and Sony's like, "No, you're pushing this game out. We need you to put it out." Because I think a lot of people forget is that they were beholden to Sony, because Sony put money into their project to release on time. Yeah. And they had that flood happen. So, and this is an indie studio. Hello Games is an indie studio. So they only had like 25 people working on this game. And so a lot of their stuff is procedural. So like they had to make sure all their functions were working. And so with that flood happening, they lost a lot of work. They were able to recover a good chunk of it. But a lot of the stuff that we're seeing coming out now was stuff that they had been working on back then for release. So as the game has come forward, obviously we're getting that stuff back again, which is really nice. But I think a lot of people forget about that accident that happened.
No, that's good to know, because like I said, I didn't hear about that, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I haven't really been following a lot of game news until the last few months when we started doing this, because we do a news update every single week. So I'm like, well, I gotta start paying attention to news cards on games. This is important.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, relating back to Biomutant, it kind of feels like it's more in depth, and I would like to see it in more depth. Like, as in, I want to try and get the game, play it, and do loads of that banana hammers as well. And that's the trend now. Hashtag banana hammers.
Yes.
I'll take the ER off at the end of hammer and put a banana hammer.
Got it.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Rogue.
And it's Rogue. It's Rogue's copyright. She's got the copyright on this now.
yeah, absolutely. So we're screwed either way, Trans. To be fair. So,
I mean,
courtesy of my friend.
I definitely recommend Biomutant. Did they reinvent the wheel in the game? No. But did they make a really fun game to play that feels polished and you can enjoy for hours on end? Hell yes.
Nice.
So
you heard it.
I
give it here first.
I definitely give it if I have to give it a rating, I'd say 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
100% would recommend playing it.
I thought you were going to say, is it going to be a high rave or a low rave? To be fair, or is it going to be?
It's a low end headphones only rave where everyone's listening to their own music.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Nice.
I did not expect.
Well, I mean, if
There are
everyone,
things like that, Milk.
Yeah.
well, the thing is too is that like everyone can pick the same class, but how you play that class can be completely different because of all the combos and the different skills that you choose, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Awesome.
Fair
So
enough.
that's awesome. All right. So that's really good to know because I was on the fence of getting it and I was like, I got friends who play in it. I might ask them and see what they think. And I'm glad you told me that. It's really awesome. 8.5. I think it's solid. That's good. That's good. That's a good rating.
It's a high rave. It's a high rave.
It's a low end rave. Headphones.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on.
Sorry. I'm not with it.
You're so not with it now.
No. Oh, no.
All right.
If a rogue had a roll for initiative for a backstab, that rogue would roll an 18 out of 20.
Yes.
Oh.
And with feats, that can actually be a crit.
Exactly.
I like
D&D reference.
I like how you two just went like, with the thumbs up.
We've known each other long enough, Milk.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a very American thing to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Tess said that is a new wish list item for her. So she is going to look into it too. So awesome.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice
I love
one.
it.
Nice one. Have you got any more about Biomutant before we go to the next part of the segment?
Have experiment. Don't stick to your normal routine because like I'm always a gun first person.
Okay.
I experimented with melee and found melee a lot of fun, and that's how I decided to make the banana hammer. So have fun with it.
Okay. Fair dues. Fair dues.
Oh, and also
hey, someone wants to make me famous, Milk. It's amazing. Yay.
The puzzles, if you get the puzzles wrong, you do get hurt, but you can try them again. So don't be scared if your character suddenly gets shocked.
Get shocked. What, electric shock? Afterwards. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, better not.
So never do a puzzle on low health, because if you do, you will die.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Be on the ball on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all good. But
that's just good information for any game.
Oh yeah.
For records.
Well, yeah, to be fair. But yeah, Biomutant, check it out, guys. Rogue has done a high rave rating of an 8.5, so make sure you check it out as well.
Solid.
And, solid, sorry. See, you can tell I'm not with it as well again. Yeah, so we're going to go straight to the game updates quickly. We've got some good updates, actually. Halo, remember, you guys know Halo, don't you? You guys should know Halo from the past.
Hopefully. I hope so.
Well, I hope so, anyway. They've got Halo Infinitive Seasonal Battle Pass will be player first. Player first.
Yes.
So the battle pass
is from Fortnite.
Do what?
Is that the guy from Fortnite?
Fortnite.
Oh, Master Chief?
Master Chief. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
There might actually be a Master Chief outfit. I can't say much, so I don't know.
There is
a skin for Master Chief in Fortnite. I have it. I own it.
I know where Rogue was going with that question. Okay, go ahead, Mal. Continue. Sorry.
No, I am intrigued now, Trans. I am intrigued what is going on here.
I'll explain after the updates.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, I speechless now because I'm just intrigued there.
He doesn't know what to say. I love it when we get him to a point where he doesn't know what to say. Go Rogue! Yes.
So last week,
good job, girl.
So last week I won the battle. Now Trance and Rogue have won the battles this week and trying to beat me on this. So, but yeah, Halo Infinitive Seasonal Battle Pass will be player first. That's coming from comingsoon.net website, so check them out. Battle Passes will be permanent, can only level one at a time. And if you miss a season, you can always go back and level that season as an active battle pass. So yeah, that's so if you miss a season, you can always go back. So I think it's quite good because if you say like you haven't played the game and you missed out, there was some cool costumes or cool stuff as well that I wanted to get. Yeah, thanks for the heart as well, Trans. Thanks for that.
That wasn't me. That was Rogue. Rogue did it. Rogue put hearts in your chat. You didn't see them. They're there. Hype. It was hype hearts.
Yeah, you could tell I'm not with it. Sorry.
I was just adding to them. That's all.
Yeah. I just saw it, just glanced when I was trying to read the notes.
and Aries said she'll be lurking. She can't chat much, but she's hoping everyone is good. So that's cool.
No worries, Aries. No worries. Hope you're
Thank
okay.
You, Aries.
But yeah, as I was saying, the season pass. What do you think of it, guys? Do you think that's a good way that they've done it, or do you think that's a bad way that they've done it as well? I'll reread it again. Sorry if you've missed it.
Oh no! I heard. So that's actually how they're doing the battle passes right now for the Master Chief Collection. Basically, you earn every time you level up, or you get like a certain achievement or whatever. You get these like little coin things that you can use in the battle pass, and you can access any of these battle passes at any point, at any time. And so like if there's a piece of armor that you wanted from say a previous season pass. You can go back and use that coin on that piece of armor. The thing is that you do have to start from the beginning of that season pass. So it sounds like they might be kind of going away from that a little bit, or they could still be going with it. But it seems like you can have a battle pass from a certain season that active at any time that you want at any point. So it seems like if you want to go back, let's say the new season starts, but you're still working on that old season, it looks like you can probably go back to that previous season, finish out that battle pass, then go to the next one. Which it sounds like they're doing for free. Start the next one and then go from there.
No, Halo Infinite is going to be doing it this way, is what he's saying. But I'm glad that Fortnite's doing that. That's pretty cool that they're doing that.
Not Fortnite. This is the Master Chief Collection is doing that currently as of this.
Really? That's cool. That's cool.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So the Master Chief Collection. So they found that by doing so, they had a lot more engagement on their battle passes and the Master Chief Collection. So they wanted to continue that with the Halo Infinite multiplayer as well.
That's good to know.
Which I don't know if you saw that, but Master Chief, the Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be separate and free for everybody.
I did see that too. Yeah, I did see that was a free. All right, we kind of interrupted Malk's rule, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and finish because we kind of got him off guard with our comments. Poor Malk.
I am shaking my head as well, but yeah,
sorry, Malk.
It's all right, Trans. I'll let you off just this once on there. So
anyway, but yes, I'm glad that they're doing a player first mindset. When I saw that update, I thought that was really cool because as a player of battle passes myself, I know what the grind is like to actually get to the end of that battle pass before the season stops. So I know that feeling, and I'm glad that they're not actually putting people in the spot like that, which is a really good thing.
But isn't that like a lot of pressure as well, to be fair? Because it's like, isn't that like you put all that effort, it feels like that person has done a lot of the grinding, to be fair, to get to that battle pass or to get to that stage as well. Doesn't that make it feel disadvantaged where that they could not catch up? Like before, like with Fortnite, where you could battle pass through and you get to level 30, for example, whereas in this you could just like, I don't need to do that, I could just come back and like catch it if I wanted to. But isn't that like a bit of a disadvantage on some of the? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think so. I think that it'll be more like, I think like Rogue was saying, it'll be more of an engagement thing, and people will work through the battle pass to get what they can during the battle pass time. But if they wind up not being able to finish it, and the new battle pass comes out and they purchase the new battle pass, they're like, oh, well, I really wanted this particular item from this previous battle pass. They can go back and activate that battle pass and finish out that battle pass to whatever level they want to finish it, or finish it to the end if they want to do that. Yeah. I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's a great concept for a lot of battle pass games. But I think since they're taking that option, probably from what you were saying, Rogue, with the Master Chief Collection, they're taking that option to make it available for Halo Infinite. I think it's a great way going forward, and I really hope more Battle Royale types games do that.
Yeah, so it's really nice being able to like, because like there's a lot of different armors available in the Master Chief Collection, because they have Halo 1 through 4, I believe, through the Master Chief Collection, along with ODST and
is it Wars? Is it Wars?
No, not the Wars. I think they added Reach, Halo Reach.
Reach, sorry, yeah.
So they have all the Master Chief games 1 through 4 plus Reach and ODST on there. And what's really cool is that by having all those games on there, you have all these you have all these different customizable Spartans you can have for the different game modes.
Yeah.
So you go into Halo Reach, you have all the different Spartans, but what was really cool, especially in Halo 4. The Halo 4 armor sets are really cool. So like being able to go to the Halo 4, like they're not just specifically for that battle pass. So, like each battle pass is different, but like each battle pass has armors for every different game type.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the one I'm currently working on right now has stuff from Halo 3, ODST, Reach, a couple other ones, and some of them are also very game specific. So like there's a Reach battle pass that I'm also working on as well that I constantly go back between the two.
Oh,
So I'm
cool.
getting like Reach stuff and Halo 3 and Halo 4 stuff. So it's really nice. And then those same points can also be saved up to buy stuff in the store that you can't buy with real world money. So these little coins you get, these little diamond token things, are not purchasable from what I can tell with real world cash. They have to be earned. And then you can spend them also in a weekly store that gets changed out every week.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Okay. That's cool. To be fair,
that might be the framework for that, for what Halo Infinite is trying to do, is what it sounds like from the information that we got about the update.
Yep.
Absolutely. And following on from that discussion as well, Dev said they want it to a supplemental reward for the time you already have to put into the game. They don't want their battle passes to be a grind, which we was going to discuss on that part as well. Plan to include various free rewards. The game will launch on holiday 2021. We'll have a seasonal theme, Heroes of the Reach, available to players based on the Halo Reach games as well.
Which is a fan favorite.
It is my favorite because one, I got to play as a female Spartan. First time ever. That was the first time I ever get to be a female Spartan. It was the first time you could have a female voice as a Spartan. You could have a female voice in, I believe, Halo 3's multiplayer. But it was the first time you actually had a physical change and got to be a female Spartan in armor set. So that was the first time that was available in game ever for Halo. So that's I think that's why it's a big fan favorite, especially for female fans of Halo. You get to kind of represent yourself. Not only in physical attributes, like not in just like voice, but in physical attributes as well.
Yeah. I love that. That's gonna be great.
Fair dues. And I've got one more part from the game updates as well. And it's World of Warcraft, unless I'm mistaken, World of Warcraft Shadowlands 9.1 update is live now and that's being confirmed by PC Gamer site. So check it out, guys. Please check them out. It has been 218 days since the launch. It's called Chains of Domination. Chains of Domination.
I know. Doesn't that sound so BA? Oh my god, it sounds so BA. I love it.
Could you say that again, Trans? Because
it sounds so BA.
Sounds so
badass.
I wish my wife would use some Chains of Domination.
Rogue. I heard that even if Malk is pretending like he didn't.
I seriously did not hear that at all.
It's recorded. Watch it back later, Malk.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it back and be like, what? Say what? And I was just like, no. So I'm going to say it again. Chains of Domination in trans words is BA as well. Includes new zone, new convenant levels to grind. Next week will be new raid, mega dungeon, seasonal updates for Mythos Plus. Okay, I thought it was Mythos. Then add dragons.
Oh, Mythos Plus.
Do you know what I mean? No, do you know what I mean? Mythos level.
Yeah.
With it.
Then there's then PvP as well. So, have you guys done? I mean, last time I played World of Warcraft, Jesus Christ.
It's been a while for me too. Yeah, it's been a minute. But I saw that, and I know that Shadowlands had been something that a lot of my WoW friends were excited about. But the new update, the 0.1 update, having coming out they're doing a lot. It's been a while since the Shadowlands released, obviously 218 days, but I like that the fact that they're adding to it, and the Mythos Plus options they're adding to that as well too, which is really, really cool. I might wind up jumping back in test servers. I don't know. We'll see.
I haven't played WoW since the original.
Yeah, same.
Since the original, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been a while.
I used to be a big WoW, World of Warcraft player, just the MMO version.
What was the update with Worgen, the werewolf class? What was that? Was that the first one? Was that the first update?
Oh no, that was a different one. I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember what it was called, but I know which one you're talking about.
Was it a blue cover?
I think I touched it briefly, and then I'm like, I'm done.
The Worgens are kind of cool though. I kind of liked the Worgens. They're pretty awesome. I liked the Pandarans as well too when they came out with that expansion as well too. That was it was a good one too.
Yeah, I'm more of a Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO player. That's the MMO that which actually recently got a big update. So
yeah, I didn't see that on my cards, but I'll have to look at it and see because I know some people who play that as well too. Besides you, obviously,
I haven't touched it in like 3 months because I've been busy.
I've been busy too. It's busy as life.
I get the email. Your cartel coins have been delivered. I'm like, I haven't touched this in like 3 months.
You'll have like a whole stash by the time you get back, Rogue.
Yeah,
it'll be great
with the new stuff in the stores. I can buy with my cartel coins.
Yeah, totally.
Fair dues. Did you want to do a bit of the news, Trans?
Yeah, I'll go straight into the news. SWTOR test said. What was that test? Give me I can't remember exactly what that was for. Let me know because I can't remember.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
The Old Republic? Okay, got it. Cool. And Tess is excited that you said that. Like 10 exclamation points. It's crazy. She's apparently a big player of that too. So there you go.
I love that game. I need to bring it back to the stream.
I've heard that was really, really good. I just never got into it. I just didn't actually download it because I had so many MMOs at the time. So yeah, it was weird. Anyway, into the news so we can go ahead and get that going so we can get into our discussion. I have about 3 news segments for you guys. Number 1, first off, Swag, the streamer Swag, he has Rogue. Swag has responded to the claims that people said that he ruined Rebirth in Warzone. This comes from Dick Serto. They were accusing him of bringing campers over from the Verdansk map. And he was saying, I'm sorry for ruining it if you think I ruined it. I simply wanted to make a video on Rebirth and I enjoyed it. He was talking about making the video. He did add as well that he did not advise people to come camping, and he even called out the campers. He said, everyone stop camping on Rebirth with an exclamation point. So that is pretty good because we have a lot of problems when I play Warzone. We have a lot of problems with campers.
Yeah. It's
just one of those things.
Yeah, it's just not just Warzone, is it? It's just every FPS game that you play, you get all these campers out of nowhere, to be fair.
People in Valorant have camped too, which is like definitely not the form of that game. That's a tactical shooter. You kind of got to work a strategy around your enemies.
You move around the map for that one.
But people do it. They'll camp like in the teleporters, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you not playing the game like you should be playing it? It makes no sense to me. I'm like, oh man, it's crazy. So I'm always on there like campers in the teleporter, campers by A, campers by B, campers in the window, because they'll do that. They'll just sit there and camp. And I get so frustrated with campers. I really do.
It's like a meme coming out. It's like the Toy Story meme. It's like campers everywhere.
Yes, pretty much.
So it's all madness, to be fair. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just, as I said, it's the same as what you go with all the FPS, well, majority of the FPS, and it can be really frustrating. But you can have a slight. A slight smile because sometimes you might be the creepy, like the creep round, just like camping, just like pew moments, and then you try and do that as well.
There's a difference between camping in Warzone than running from a building to get cover for a brief moment before making your next egress to your next location.
Agreed. Camping, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like when my friends and I play, we'll run we'll get to the circle, we'll get to a building to recover, replate, check for ammo, look for maybe a buy station on the map, look for anyone nearby, Because we sometimes play semi-aggressively. So if like there's a team nearby and they've been in a firefight and we can tell because like they obviously were shooting recently, we tend to sometimes go on the hunt for them because of the fact that they just got out of a firefight. They're probably low on ammo. They probably haven't played it just yet because they're just now finishing their fight. They're probably rezzing teammates if anyone went down. And at that point, now's the time to hit them because of that fact. So like going from collecting your team, going forward, but also another thing too is you also don't want to camp together in one little spot, because if you do that, then you're
team wipe.
setting yourself up for a team wipe. Because if you do a team wipe, then you're all out.
Absolutely. We've got some comments actually. Aries says, "Laugh my ass off. The camping really annoys me. It annoys all of us. To be fair, Aries. Trapper says they should introduce a system you can't stay in that same position for more than, he did put as an example 20 seconds, but it could be a little bit longer, like 30 seconds, and not stay there in stay there in one position. But what do you think about that? Do you think they should have introduced a position to, like, if you stay there for more than a minute or something, unless you had to go, unless you had to shoot off somewhere, but again, you can't join in until you play the game, and you have to be like absolutely like 100%. If you stay in that position for like more than a minute, I reckon more than a minute, and I reckon you'll get loose, as a suggestion, to lose damage or like lose the game or something. Lose the game. Do you know what I mean?
I understand. I appreciate that input, Trapper. I appreciate it. But I think that it would just be too hard to like police, honestly. Excuse me, or like maybe give a notification saying your team has been in this location for such amount of time or whatever. Even if it's a warning, but people will still ignore that regardless if they're like, hey, I want to camp this house because I got a good shot from here. Pal, I'm sniping. Pal, I mean, and it's kind of one of those things. It's one of those things where like you got your snipers too, and sniping is a totally different type of play style. You kind of have to stay fairly steady to snipe, because you got these big ass guns that you're like trying to shoot from a top point or from a particular location. But it's just really weird. It's I don't know how they would fix it. I mean, unless they had an option for like reporting people for camping. It might work in something like Valorant, where it's a tactical shooter where you've got to move or you should move, because like I know Riot's trying to find ways to make the game more enjoyable for players. It might work for something like that. But even so, it's just really weird. I mean, I don't know how they would police that, honestly.
May I insert my penny for my thoughts?
Go ahead. Feel free, Rogue.
Go for it.
So, I've actually been thinking about ways that could possibly work for this, and obviously you can't like penalize someone for staying in a spot for too long because they're sniping, because eventually the circle is going to press them. However, if they're in a good spot and they find that they are in a spot that hasn't moved for a while, what you could do is be like, have a new contract style, like, hey, Intel has said there's a team sitting in this spot, go take them out. It's a new bounty style contract. That would be a really cool contract. But what it is, instead of being like telling the team that they're being hunted by a bounty, they're saying, hey, Intel has been provided that you're in this location, you might want to move.
That might work. That's a good option. That way it's
not like you're being penalized for it, but at the same time you're being told like, hey, someone knows you're in this vicinity, you might want to move. Maybe a contract. And if you kill that team that's sitting in that house or in that general area, then you get a reward for killing them, such as like armor plating or money or whatever. Now, what's really cool about this thought process is that back in, I want to say, Modern Warfare 2 or 3, or maybe it was Black Ops 2 or 3, they actually had a game mode called Jacked. And if you stood still for more than 15 or 20 seconds, your character would die, because it was kind of played off that whole mode. Remember the movie? I don't know if you saw the movie with, I forget the actor's name, but if he didn't keep his heart like in an adrenaline state, he would die.
I know what movie you're talking about.
No,
I
don't
know the name of it either, but I remember what you're talking about.
It was that same process, but basically you had to keep your character on the move if you stood still for too long. So basically it was a great way. Shout out to my cat, who's currently cleaning herself on the couch.
Hi, kitty.
But yeah, no, that was a really fun game mode, but a lot of people got upset, especially people that like to kind of sit in corners. But that was the whole point of the game mode. But because so many people like camping corners, and this is kind of around the era where camping corners and camping in buildings during multiplayer became like a thing. So that mode kind of got removed and never came back. And I wish they would bring it back because people like me who like to run around the map, would love that. Now I've kind of just joined the world of sniping. I now have a multi kit system where I run an MP5 or a Mac 10 with a sniper along with it, so that way I can run and gun and snipe if I need to. So I kind of have mixed both of the current style of gameplay that everyone's running plus my run and gun style, and that way I can kind of do both if I need to. It's been nice.
Yeah. Aries had a comment that I saw on your chat, Malk. I don't know if you caught it or not. She was referencing what Trapper said, and that could work. Maybe a warning if you just sit still for too long. She might have been referencing that to what I also said as well. It's usually obvious when someone is just camping compared to taking cover. And Aries said, kitty, and gave a kitty emote for your cat. Oh, she's going to get the kitty. You get the kitty. Oh, so cute. Oh, little white feet, little white tummy. Oh, this is the prettiest little tuxedo kitty.
This is our three-legged ballerina.
Oh, she's adorable. She's so cute.
Yeah. You have fans.
Hi, kitty. Tesco's kitty in my chat too. Aries, because I love the kitty. You're so pretty. She's like, leave me alone. Let me go do my thing.
Yep. She wants to go clean. She's like, I want to go clean my asshole. Please leave me alone.
10 out of 10 on the kitty, Aries said.
Yeah, it's she's got 3 legs, so it's fun to watch her get around.
Aw, cutie pie.
Yeah, cutie pie. I love that.
Okay, so now that we've kind of distracted by Kitty, guys, I'm sorry.
I did not know that. I did not know that, Chance. To be fair.
Hey, I'm that person. I get distracted by animals all the time at work and everything else.
Oh my!
Okay.
Oh my God! There's a duck. There's a dog. There's a dog.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to continue with the news now that we've gotten through that.
I'm the worst.
I have another. No, you're good, Rogue. I love it. It's great. We love animals on this channel. I wish I still had a puppy in the house, and she used to bomb me every time I would stream. Hi, Mommy, what you doing? But continuing on with the news, like, you're good, Rogue. It's fine. Elder Scrolls 6, guys.
Ooh.
Elder Scrolls 6 has been confirmed to be in the design phase. This comes from a Eurogamer. And they are going to build that game with the new Creation Engine 2, which is the same one that Starfield is going to be on. They're going to focus. They're doing a lot of focus on Starfield right now, but the projects are overlapping a little bit, according to Todd Howard. And the game is still a long way from launch, but he said they're testing the tech to make sure it can handle everything that they plan to throw at it for Elder Scrolls 6. So, yeah, that's an exciting moment. Because Elder Scrolls is going to continue. It's great. I thought they were going to stop with Skyrim. I legitimately did.
So so I have a background in game development and design and all that. And so just so everyone's aware, when a game company says that a game is in the design phase, you're still looking at about another 5 to 6 years.
Oh yeah, he said it's a long way from launch,
yeah.
But they're just testing the tech to see what it can handle the Creation Engine 2, since they're going to use the same Creation Engine.
Yeah,
he's pretty much making sure it'll work.
I wish they would just use Unreal, because if they used Unreal Engine 5, then they could probably bust the game out in 3 years, because all they would have to do is just make their models and toss them in. Because,
well, I mean, I kind of appreciate that they're making their own second engine for it, because they want to put Starfield on it, and that's a big thing coming up. That's going to be the bigger release anyway at the moment.
Yeah.
But I kind of appreciate that they're doing it, because they're wanting to see what technology they need for their particular games, in my opinion. And I know that we had a lot of problems with Creation Engine 1. Yeah. Glitch Skyrim. Always glitches in Skyrim. So I'm hoping that they fix a lot of the glitches and stuff like that. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
beautiful mods,
absolutely. But yeah, I do agree. I think they should have gone to Unreal, and again, the development would have been a lot quicker as well. But isn't that going to be a bit of a risk, like, for them? Because if it's going to take roughly, as an estimate, like 5 to 6 years on that design stage with the same engine as well, isn't that going to be outdated? Coming up with like, with everything that's coming up soon, like with the new games.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah. The technology, I'm not sure how what's the word? Edgy, on edge, whatever the word is. Their creation engine is going to be, but they kind of rolled with their previous creation engine for a while since Skyrim had, such a long following. But the fact that they're actually trying to, it seems like they're trying to better it and do better technology for their games. I mean, that's a good thing. And of course, obviously, like he said, most of the focus is pretty much on Starfield right now. So Starfield is going to be the first release. And if something happens with Creation Engine 2 and it doesn't seem to work with what they want it to work with, they're going to have to switch gears before Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. So yeah. Good job,
most likely Skyrim's going to get ported to Creation Engine 2 and then re-released another 10 times.
Yeah, probably.
Mad stuff.
Aries had said, my cat's the same, and same if there's a pet, I will just want to stroke it. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Aries. Going back to the kitty. I just figured we'd catch that before we went too much further ahead.
Well, this is not the game show. This is the kitty show.
You're going to have to call this the kitty episode, Mal. That might come around with the wrong connotation. I don't know.
We don't want anything being considered, with
the cat episode. Maybe that sounds a little bit better.
We're talking about chains of domination, pussies now at this point. So we don't.
Hey.
Dungeon
We're all over the map today, guys.
Yeah, we'll think of a title after
We're embarrassing the shit out of Milk.
Yeah.
Poor thing. I'm sorry.
I caramba on that. Yeah. So
poor Milk.
I'm just chilling.
We're ganging up on him now.
Yeah, it was the same last week with Trans, but now it's come to me on that one.
You ganged up on me last week with SV. Don't even act like this wasn't coming.
That's what I was trying to say.
SV and you were all jumping all over. Like, what the hell is going on with you two? Okay.
Stop.
All right, I got one more bit of news before we continue to our discussion. Let's go ahead and knock that out.
Stop. Let's go straight through the discussion on there.
Not yet. I want to finish one more. I want to finish my news segment, Malk. Thank you. Last bit of news for you guys is for those who are modders, this is something that you guys will want to know. Starting after the beginning of August, next month, Nexus Mods will no longer let modders delete their files on there. This comes from PC Gamer. And the reason why is they're working on a collections feature, which will let users list a list of mods that are compatible. And so it's easier for them to get a collection together. So somebody who's looking for a specific mod can put it together. And they're saying that for this to work, the deletion feature of previous files has to be disabled. Instead, they will have an archive or hide feature. And many modders at this current moment are upset about this change for a couple different reasons. For one, they're upset about the ability to delete in case they need to pull their mods for some reason off of the platform. And for two, they're upset about the idea of collections. Saying that they're afraid it'll pull people away from having individual mod pages where they can take donations for their work. Nexus is giving the modders until August 5th to delete their files and opt out of this feature. And they're also working on a case-by-case basis for things that might be broken or outdated mods that people might want to replace. So they're working on a case-by-case idea on that as well. And like I said, that comes from PC Gamer. So I understand they're wanting to do a collections feature, and that's great because instead of saying, oh, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Is this going to work? They can say, hey, this is all together. This is going to work. You know what I mean? So I understand they're doing that. I get it. I get why they're doing it, but I can understand why the modders are upset too.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just annoying because it's like you can't make a mistake now of making the mods itself. So basically, you go make that mod spot on without any fails at all, and that's really unfair for me, I do agree with all the modders. I would be livid. I'll be absolutely livid with that. To be fair, to be getting cut off on that point as well. But hopefully, that's not gonna. Hopefully, they'll change their mind. But by the sounds of it, I don't think that's ever going to happen. From the based on what it was saying, but I do think that's a bit crap.
When I first saw that story, I thought to myself, well, what about the broken or outdated mods, and what are they going to do about that? And then I saw at the end it said that they're working on a case-by-case basis, which I'm like, okay, that's good, because if they need to work on like an appeal or something, hey, can I delete this file? It's broken or it's not working or whatever. So, I mean...
what happens if people need to update their mods too? Like, if they update their mod, is that going to then now have like 4 versions of the same mod in that collection? Or if they update their mod, will that mod then replace the current version? And what if someone needs an older version of the mod because they're using a version of a mod that works with one mod, but that they need a version that was from previously?
It's a bit, I do agree with that, Rogue. I do agree with that, because it's just very, it can be very annoying, because you could just say, well, I don't want all of these. I don't want all these other mods. I just want this particular one. But then now you've got no choice. You see either have this or tough shit. Pretty much.
That's pretty much what they're going with.
And that's really unfair, to be fair. So
sorry, I was getting another drink. I have to super hydrate after last night's event that I was working. So
it's all right. It's all right, Chance.
Did it involve change of domination?
Change.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It involves the City Independence Day celebration that we did last night. I guess it might go hand in hand. I don't know. Someone might be having a really happy Independence Day. I don't know. I want to cut it at that. That's my innuendo for the day. We're good.
Innuendo is my forte.
Poor Malk, he's like staring at the screen like, what the hell's going on with our show?
You invited me on board. This is what you should have expected to happen.
I now know what's going to happen.
I don't know. We've got like 8 people watching, so this might actually be the direction going forward.
Yeah. I like to
thank the people, Rogue. Thank you.
I like to thank Rogue personally for the chain of chain of whatever it is now, because I've completely lost the plot on that. Because I'm absolutely speechless of this podcast of the completely. But yeah, it's based on the mods itself. It is really annoying, to be fair, because it's just really frustrating. And at the same time, do you think there'll be more Nexus now for that particular mod? So, like, if you was going to do it right, do you think there'll be more?
No.
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mean, as for mods in general, I mean, so Nexus is like the top place to get mods. So like that's where like everybody goes. So I think this is going to start causing other sites where mods are available to start to spring up and become more available, because like, for instance, like there are great mods on Nexus for say GTA 5. However, if you want really great mods for GTA 5, like there's a whole website dedicated to just GTA 5 mods.
Yeah.
Same thing for like Sims 4. There are great Sims 4 mods on Nexus. However, there's a whole website dedicated to just Sims 4 mods, and they give you, and these websites also give you instructions on how to install them. For Nexus, if you want to learn how to install a mod, you have to like kind of figure it out on your own. Unless you download and install their mod manager, which is a pain in the ass to uninstall. As someone who has used their mod manager to install, and especially after they changed it, Vortex is a pain in the ass.
No, I'm raising my hand because I've been there. I know what Rogue is talking about. I've been there.
Especially if you're modding like Fallout 4 or Skyrim, there's all these external things you also have to install to make sure your load order is correct, and that you have I forget what, there's like other things to make sure that's, and then like there's all these external tools you also have to install as well, and it's just a lot of work to mod a game.
Yeah.
And some websites will walk you through how to make a mods folder, how to make sure that things are put in the mods folder, and sometimes games will automatically load things properly through the mods folder without having to worry about it. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But with Nexus, Nexus's file system after the mods have been uploaded is so fucked up that you now have to have these external mod load order programs to make sure that the load order is correct. That way, your mods don't load on top of each other, and it can be very frustrating.
Yeah, it can. Tess did have a slight comment about that thing. She said, I don't know if they'd be celebrating independence. That's the last little comment on that. I figured I would throw that in because it was a pretty good witty comment, come back to what we were discussing. But yeah.
You mean Happy Treason Day?
Oh, you want to call it that? Open forum, guys. Open forum.
It's the open podcast, and it is a podcast. It's
that's something totally different, Milk.
Yeah, I know. That's just I said podcast. Yeah, I should not have said that on there. Hey, it's
just delete the comment. Just cut it out.
Yeah,
we'll edit it later.
Yeah, we'll edit it later, and then be like, "What's going on with this laughter?" afterwards. But yeah,
don't worry about it. You don't need
to just leave it in there. Don't delete it.
Just leave it there.
That's too good.
So yeah, it's Fatal. How you doing? Hope you're going well. Aries says, my Sims 4 has so many mods and custom content. Got rid of it all now, but it takes so long to install stuff and clear it out.
It does, and that's even using their particular mods. I agree with you. I agree with you, Aries. It really does take a while to do the mods.
Absolutely, and I mean, I love the mods. To be fair, and it's just great that you can just, do whatever the shit that you want to do that in the games itself, like GTA. Like I like to have a Back to the Future mod on GTA 5 as well. That's what I would love to try and do, and all the other stuff as well. So it's just.
I'm sure you could find it somewhere, Milk.
I have seen it. I have actually seen it, and I will be using it next time.
He's going to be getting it now.
Yeah. Watch this space. Watch this space.
I do like the Cyberpunk mods for GTA 5. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've seen a few of them, to be fair, and they look really, really good how they've done it. And it's like you got to impress. You got to be absolutely amazed to see how they can try. And took all that time just to make that perfect mod for that you will never ever expect to see in a proper official game as well. So it's just amazing how the guys do it. To be fair, so okay, we have talked too much of the PC and console news, just a tad, just over an hour of the PC console news. Now we're going to go straight to the main topic of the show. The main discussion. So
an hour
later than we originally planned. But basically, Trance will do this because I did the main topic last week, and we'd taken it in turns each week of the podcast itself. So Trance, I'll let you do the honors of the topic as well.
Okay, today we are going to have a discussion with the amazing Rogue about. I came across a story back in May that I thought was really interesting, and when I saw it, I brought it by Malk, and I was like, "Hey, we should do this." And I was like, "Well, maybe we should hold off," and so we did. And it was interesting to me. And when I talked to Rogue about being on the show, so thank you so much, Rogue, for being amazing and being here. I was like, hey, I want to discuss this, since Rogue is coming on the show, because I think that she would have some really good inputs on it. And so I mentioned it with her, and she was totally okay with it. A disclaimer at the start of the discussion, we might get into some heavy material here. Just bear with us, guys. We're going to have some banter, too, but we're going to talk about some stuff about the LGBTQIA plus community. I found a story about Seti, who is a content creator in that particular community. He is a Malaysian content creator. And it was talking about how, I found it on IGN, by the way. Make sure we give our references. He was talking about how he has trolls and harassment and such, especially from people outside of that particular community that would be harassing as well. And they do help with the trolls and everything, but he can't pay them to work, and that the platforms he streams on are not doing enough to help protect the content creators and their mods. And the whole article was really pretty much about what could those platforms do to better protect streamers and mods, and what they could do to help keep them from those type of issues at bay. So that was a really big discussion. So I wanted to see what Rogue had to say on that, because that would be really great. And Pride Month just ended, so we were going to do this last month, but we couldn't get Rogue set up till today. So it was great, and I think we could talk about that too. And we'll just go into that. So what are your inputs on this, Rogue, from your experiences and from that particular article, and how do you feel about that?
So it's tough as someone who's part of the LGBTQIA plus community. I'm so just so that anyone's aware, I'm a trans woman. Just so that you are all aware. And it's part of the, so a little bit of history. I started streaming on Twitch. That's where I first started. And the tag system was one of the first few things that I learned how to use, and I used the LGBTQIA plus tag quite often to try to reach out to other LGBT viewers, stuff like that, to try to be like, hey, this is a space where you can be safe, and so forth and so on. But unfortunately, that tag is also used as a target by a lot of hateful people and individuals, and it can be scary sometimes. During Pride Month, I actually didn't use it because of the fact that a lot of people actually use that tag to try and go find LGBTQI plus streamers and try to harass them and target them. And they actually target a lot of smaller streamers because, one, we don't really always have the mod support, because our mods are also sometimes mods for other streamers as well. So like sometimes they're helping others, or sometimes they're not available. So we don't always have the mod support to be there to help us out. And so sometimes we're going to be streaming and we're not always 100% paying attention to our streams or to our chats like right away. And so we miss certain comments, and then suddenly we see all the hateful comments that are coming through. And then if you have people that are part of your community in there and you're not catching it, suddenly you feel really bad, because you're like, oh crap, I didn't catch that. Now my viewers are like, oh no, this person's letting this stuff come through. And even as a member of your own community, you're like, crap, I gotta get this cleaned up fast.
Yeah.
And so and on TikTok, I've been learning from other LGBTQI plus streamers, and I've learned that what we can do is basically go on the Be Right Back stream. You clear the chat. That way you can immediately identify who's the ones harassing, because they're going to keep posting, and you immediately ban them from your channel. I think what Twitch as a platform needs to do is, I know Twitch is like, they want to be available for everybody. What they need to do is they need to be available for everyone that is going to respect everybody. So what they need to do is, when they start seeing the N-word pop up in Black creators' chats, when they start seeing the F-word targeted gay men or to trans women, or they see hateful comments that, these are easy words to easily tag in a software system, being like, hey, these words have been used. Guess what? You're timed out. Use it again, you're immediately banned the next time you use it. I mean, those are simple tags. I mean, like, we have an auto mod within Twitch, and you can put those words in that auto mod, but people also find ways around it. So basically, even using the auto mod, it's hard to try to think of every single way that someone's going to type out a word to try to stop it. And it's one of those harder moments, sometimes.
Yeah.
I get that. And I have a lot of friends that are bisexual, pansexual, homosexual, transgender. And so I try and be, an active ally to the best of my ability. I was celebrating Pride Month right with you guys, because, I love to see, that feature for you guys. And I'm glad that we have that opportunity to celebrate that community, because I have so many amazing people that are part of that, including you, Rogue. And so I do understand what you're saying. And I get questions, since my name is Trans Gamer Girl, I get questions if I'm transgender. And if they're legitimate questions, I'm totally okay with saying, no, I'm cis female, I'm just cis female, but if people will try to take that and make it into something worse, even with me, even after I say, no, that's not who I am or whatever. And then and obviously in my communities, and anybody who's in my community, you included, know that I try and have a space where everybody feels comfortable, where no one has to feel like they're going to be harassed or targeted with any kind of nasty comments or any of that stuff. So I try and make a point of keeping an eye on that. And I have amazing mods that help with that too, whenever they're in there, but they can't be there all the time, because some of them are streamers too. So I agree with you. I think that those are things, and I think what Twitch does on that particular platform is they expect us to handle it on our level. And I don't think that's really fair, because I think that they should, if they really want to have an inclusive community for everybody, they should take more steps to try and find ways to protect those people that are targeted. Excuse me. In the Black community and the transgender, plus, LGBTQIA plus communities and all those different communities that they focus on, I think that they really should help protect them as well. And Malk, since you're kind of outside of this, I wanted to get your opinion as well. I think this is a great place for us to all open up and discuss this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, it's like Twitch and all the other like the streaming platforms itself. They need to be a lot more tougher, a lot more harsher, and I do think that because it's not fair. Nothing's equal. Do you know what I mean? And it's not fair at all. And everyone should be equal. You know what I mean? Whether that's what I mean. That's what really frustrates me the most. It's like we're not equal, and we need like Twitch, YouTube, or all the ability of the streaming social, like the social media as well. That could need to be toughened up a lot more, because that was in the news a couple of times as well. Like the social media was getting a lot worse as well, but nothing's being tracked much that I see anyway. But I mean, I feel like it needs to be more equal. Personally, I feel like it needs to be more equal. But then again, there need to be tougher rules, and it's just not fair. Like for Rogue, and in that in what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, Malk. I get it.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on Aries' question here about the experience with the tags. The LGBTQI plus tag is fantastic because it covers all branches. However, there's this want and technically I would say need for more specific tags than just LGBTQI plus, because so many people fall under that branch or that tag that there needs to be some more branching out. You have the LGBT tag and you have the LGBTQI plus tag. But we don't have a bi tag. We don't have a homosexual tag. We don't have a lesbian tag. We don't have a trans tag. We don't have intersex. We don't have asexual. We don't have any tags for specific groups of individuals. And there's something that we've been asking for. So it's been something that we've been struggling with, trying to get Twitch to give us those, because we want to be able to make sure that people understand that, one, this is who we are. And second, because I get constantly confused for a gay man all the time. One, because my voice is very deep, and I don't care that, as a trans woman, I don't care that my voice is deep. My wife loves my voice. I'm not going to change it, because why should I change it if someone that I care about loves my voice? I mean, I hate my voice, but she loves it, so like I'm not gonna change it. But like I don't want to make changes because people think I need to make changes for other people.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So like I don't present feminine on stream because I don't want to dress feminine. I'm not gonna become a big titty streamer by like wearing a push-up bra and wearing a low-cut shirt. I'm gonna wear a comfortable t-shirt and a pair of gym shorts or a t-shirt or sweatpants, and I'm gonna stream because that's what's comfortable. Especially if I'm playing like 8 hours. Like what's comfortable wearing a push-up bra and tight shorts while trying to play video games for 8 hours? That's not comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and like, shout out to the ladies that can do that, because like, more power to them, because I could definitely not do that. I don't have that willpower to be in something so uncomfortable. Because like, if that's what they want to dress and do it, by all means, I have no problem with it. I just myself personally cannot do that, because that's just not how I like to dress. Like, even my wife will tell you, like, I wear 90% of the time a jeans and a t-shirt most of the time. Like, that's
comfort
what I wear.
Should always come over anything else. That's how I see it. That's why I stream. I might have a nice shirt on at top, but I swear to you guys, there are PJs on the bottom. And I'm totally okay with announcing this.
I'm
going to be comfortable.
I'm wearing sweatpants and tube tops.
Loving it. I love it.
Last week I was wearing shorts, Yes, again, I was wearing shorts again, and Trans was absolutely gobsmacked with that. To be fair, from last week.
Yeah, our guest last week made Malk lay on his bed to prove how big his bed was because there was a question in the chat about it, and he was wearing just like these casual gym like shorts. It was the first time we've ever seen Malk from below the waist.
Just, brother, are you short? You not short, are you? Like, no. Oh,
Are you having a laugh wearing shorts?
Shorts, like 3/4. Well,
Yes.
let's say 3/4. Yeah,
He's
3/4.
comfortable.
Those
That's
are
all that
capris. These aren't
matters.
shorts. Are you wearing capris?
Right.
Do you call them shorts?
I call them shorts, 3/4, whatever. That's how I call them. But not
Three-quarter
short
Shorts were
shorts
shorts.
like
are
loungy
capris.
shorts last week. They were like gym shorts. It was interesting.
That was
We need, to
football
get, we,
shorts.
need, we need to get Malk some like mid-thigh shorts to wear.
Yeah,
Mid-thigh.
totally.
Mid-thigh. Right. This is what I was expecting from getting back at me from last week. To be fair with the,
I told you it
podcast.
was coming. I told you it was coming.
But yeah, no, like Gary said, like, you know, a bisexual tag would be great because first and foremost, like there's a massive issue within the LGBT community, especially with the bi population, and because
Yes.
a lot of people are like, oh, a bi man, you mean you're homosexual? No, a bi man is a bi man.
Different.
He likes both women and men. A bi woman likes women and men.
Yeah.
She's not confused. He's not confused. They like who they like. And like this is one of the things I always struggle with within my own community, because like even trans people are constantly hated from other communities because, or other parts of our community, because transgender is not a sexuality. So they're like, oh well, you shouldn't be part of the LGBTQ community then because you're not a sexuality, you're a gender identity. And it's, well, then neither is intersex.
It's a good point.
Because that's a medical condition, but yet you include them.
That's a good point. I agree with you. Yes. I mean, I like that there's a collective for all the different communities, but each individual person, Fatal says, I'm bisexual and I hate that there isn't a solo tag as well. I mean, each individual part of that community, they're not just lumped into this pile of people. They have their own identities. Bisexual people are bisexual, male and female. They're interested in both. Pansexuals, interested in everybody. It doesn't matter.
I actually have a bisexual joke if you want to hear
it. As long as it's not going to break TOS, we're good.
It's not going to break TOS. It's actually really
we're good.
It's actually really funny. It's super fun. What do you call a bisexual who has no partner?
What?
On standby.
I love it. I love it. I love you, Rogue. I love you, Rogue. You're so amazing. It's great.
We're on standby in a minute. But yeah, I do agree. I think there should be some separate like tags to, you know, help out massively. But again, I don't think there's not a lot of help or equality. That's how you pronounce it? Equality?
Equality, I think. Equality.
We have to give some, you know, a little bit of leeway because of his accent.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
That's
just
what we said last week too.
It's just my pronunciation.
That was JD said that.
Yeah, it's just my pronunciation. It's always been shocking, to be fair, but that's how it is in the English context, to be fair. So,
well, let's be honest. A lot of Americans have trouble with pronunciation too, so it's okay.
Well, a lot of Americans just have problems with English in general.
English, yes, I agree with you. I have my moments where I have issues with.
I mean, sorry, American English. I apologize. I didn't want to.
American English and English. Yeah, there's a difference.
English, yeah.
England English and American English, but a lot of people have problems with those as well too. And I have my moments where I'm like, what's this word? Because like my boyfriend will constantly correct me on my pronunciation sometimes. Like I think I said argumentative or something like that. I was talking about something.
Argumentative.
And he said the word is argumentative. I'm like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. I used to write it off and say, oh yeah, that too. One of those words.
I have my view on like being corrected. I'm like, wait, because I'll usually I'll say a word. I'm like, wait, that's not how you say that, and then I'll ask my wife, how do I say that word? And then she'll tell me. If I say a word wrong, just let me live in my ignorant bliss, because
I don't mind
like being correct.
I don't mind it because I know that he doesn't mean it in like a bad way. He doesn't mean it in a malicious way. He's just trying to help me with my words, and I appreciate that. But I've had people who've done it in a malicious intent too. But I usually just laugh it off because I know I'm like, yep, trans can't talk. Sorry. I can't speak today.
I do that all the time. To be fair.
Bye, Aries. Have a good rest of your night. Sleep well.
Yeah,
Bye,
take care,
Aries.
Aries. Take care, Aries. Cheers for popping on to the podcast chat as well. So, but
Tess has a really long comment, but I'm going to read it because it's very good, and I absolutely love it for these type of things.
Okay.
She says, having more tags would be great. Everyone has a right to be who they are, love who they want, and represent themselves proudly. The lack of respect and understanding of different aspects of their life, whether it be sexually, gender, culture, race, whatever, is shocking. I wish platforms did a better job of helping people spread the knowledge and monitor the hate. I love you, Tess. You're amazing.
Agreed. No, yeah, 100%. I mean, here's the thing. We have to remember that when Twitch first started, they were 100% on board with helping people with moderation and stuff like that. Once they were bought out by Amazon, it became a completely different company. All the original creators of Twitch, the original moderators of Twitch are gone. Like, they're gone. Like, Amazon basically ousted them from their own platform. Like, Amazon now wholly owns and operates Twitch. That's why we see it being monetized in the way that it's being monetized. That's why you see the constant. That's why they got rid of the ads for the bits. The person that was making sure that you could watch an ad to get a bit is gone. Like, the person who pushed that. That's why you can never watch an ad for bits anymore. At least I don't know if anyone else has had that issue trying to watch ads for bits, but like, that was a thing that he pushed for, and now that person who pushed for that is now gone, and it's almost impossible to watch an ad for bits anymore because that is now, like, they don't want you to watch an ad for bits. They want you to buy bits.
Yeah. And first off, to the people who are in Twitch who tend to pop into the chats on occasion, we love you guys. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah,
we do.
We're
glad to be on your
open
platform and that you let us operate here, but at the same time, there's some accountability that you need to, if right now you don't have a direct competitor, but at some point you need to keep innovating, and you need to start protecting your content creators, because especially the ones of color and the ones from the LGBTQ community, because right now most of your protection is for those who are of the white variety. And
that's fair. I understand where you're coming from. I completely get it.
Yep. And here's the thing. And when a platform comes around that has the possibility of maybe doing something that could possibly, take content creators away, you got to be careful, because these companies are innovating, they're working, and they're constantly keeping in contact with the community that they're building.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like for instance, okay, I know I pointed out my shirt here, but this is Glimish. Everyone knows what happened to Mixer. My joke is what happened to all the Mixer partners when Mixer told them to go to Facebook, they twitched.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody wants to go to Facebook for that stuff.
I mean, freaking Ninja and Shroud made a killing. I mean, they both got paid millions of dollars to come to Mixer, and then were under contract. And then when Mixer tried to tell them to go to Facebook, Microsoft bought out their contracts, allowed them to go back to Mixer, go back to Twitch. And these dudes end up walking in and getting paid millions of dollars to leave Twitch, and then got paid millions of dollars to be allowed to go back to Twitch so that they could be bought out of their contracts. Yeah. Like, Ninja and Shroud don't need to stream anymore, but they can't. But they do, because like, they make so much money. That's not my goal. My goal is not to be a rich, wealthy streamer. My goal is to make a community for everyone to hang out in and have fun. Like, that's my goal. But like, Twitch needs to continue innovating. Needs to protect their content creators, because you can't rely on having streamers like Ninja and Shroud around constantly, because eventually they're going to get tired and retire. And then what happens to all of their viewers? Are they just going to quit watching Twitch, or are they going to find some other streamer? And if you have streamers that are racist, bigoted, and hateful, that were watching big streamers who are big proponents and allies for those communities, they're just going to leave your platform and go somewhere else where that stuff is better taken care of.
One of the streamers that I really, really looked up to before I even decided I was going to stream, when I was just watching Twitch for fun, I was very big. He wasn't like millions of dollars big. He didn't make a ton of money off of it, but he was big enough that he had a solid community behind him. And he wound up eventually retiring, and I'm kind of bummed that he did, but I'm kind of glad that he was at a point where he could stream, and then he could say, okay, I'm done streaming, I'm going to move on to something else in my life. And I obviously he's still I think I still have him on follow because I don't think he'd ever disabled his Twitch, but he was a big influencer for me and how I wanted to run my community when I started streaming. I was like, hey, I do want to start streaming. And my friend was like, hey, yeah, do it. You should totally do it. And I tried to kind of model myself around that. But I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, these big streamers that are supporting the platform, they're not going to be around forever. They're not. And small streamers are going to grow into bigger streamers over time, and it's going to happen. But I think they're expecting that these smaller streamers are going to replace these bigger streamers. But some of the smaller streamers aren't going to get to that point of being as big as those bigger streamers like ever. And they're just doing it because they enjoy doing it and they love doing it. And so there's going to be they're going to have to find a new person to replace and to make all this money for the company,
Yeah, I mean, like Ninja, he could retire at any point. He has made so much money that if he has a kid, his kid would be set for life, and then his kid would be set for life. I mean, like, generational wealth is now in the hands of Tyler Blevins, and same thing with Shroud. Like, if anyone doesn't understand what generational wealth is, it means that you have so much money that your kids now have the ability to live and not have to worry about money.
Anything ever again for the rest of their life, ever.
Yeah. That's how much money that Shroud and Ninja both have, thanks to.
You used to see it with like old families that had a staples in like communities, even now still, where they have their money where they can support their families that are going on for generations in the lineage. They have old money, pretty much, is what it was always
mostly
called.
Mostly off the backs of indigenous and black slaves that were brought from overseas.
Well, I mean, like, even the ones that just have like put in a lot into an actual individual city, like in my city, there's a family that's put a lot into the city and done a lot for the city too. Oh, what happened? What's happened? Everything okay? I heard noise. I know I heard noise. Okay, we're good.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties as well, so we do apologise for that.
But I understand what you're saying, Rogue. I get what you're saying. I was just using it as an analogy for other families that have established themselves for long periods of time, and their families are set for the rest of their lives for years and generations to come.
It's something that needs to go away.
makes a big gap on the wealth in the country.
Yes, in the United States, 1% of our wealthiest individuals control 40% of our wealth. And then the top 10% covers 70% of the United States' wealth.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Did you know that, Milk?
Yep.
Now you do.
Now I do.
Knowledge
is just gone through.
The more you know.
The more I know.
I was trying to reference it without actually saying it completely. I think somebody's copyrighted that. I don't know.
It's not. I don't think it is. I feel like it's like one of those things. I think the music's copyrighted, but like the saying's not.
So there you go. The more you know, Milk.
The more I know.
Yeah. But back to the LGBT thing, I think like the more representation there is, the more willingness that Twitch is of it, like willing to show that they support their LGBT, BIPOC, creators. The more you're going to start seeing them up top, because like if you look at the top streamers on Twitch, what do you see? It's like a sea of white.
You're right.
Most of them are straight white males. And the top 100 partnered streamers, there's one female, and it's Pokimane, and she is of Asian descent. The rest of them are I think 90% of them are straight cis white men.
Good point.
And that needs to change, because when you look at Twitch, what do you think? Oh, a bunch of white dudes playing video games.
Yeah, and that goes to a whole nother point, which could probably be we kind of hit on it in our first week about the with the harassment that you suffer, as well as the harassment that even cis females suffer in comparison to cis white males. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those things.
You would be surprised by how often trans women get harassed as much as cis white females do.
I wouldn't be surprised. I believe it.
In both like the sexual manner and in the non-sexual manner. Like the standard, like, oh, you're a F word, you just need to go KMS and and all that stuff. But like there are times where there's some very explicitly sexual like harassment going on in our streams as well, because people don't understand boundaries.
Oh, I agree. I agree with you completely. And I wouldn't be surprised. I would expect it. I would. I totally would expect it.
Yeah, I left Twitch because of the amount of harassment that I was getting when I was about year 2 in my streaming career on Twitch when I first started. And I had started making strides. I was in a good groove. I was averaging 5 to 10 viewers a stream. I was gaining an average of 2 or 3 follows a stream, and then suddenly I got hit this wave of basically this massive wave of hate. And it got to the point where like I stopped streaming more than I only streamed like twice a week. And then I found out about Mixer.
Yeah.
And then I immediately, I think you noticed the moment I found Mixer, I switched immediately.
Completely. Yeah, I
Completely.
know.
I barely made it. I barely made an announcement like, "Hey, I'm over here now. If you want to follow me, come over. If not, see ya." And I left because unlike Twitch, Mixer actually was taking the time, or at least at the time I thought, was taking the time to take care of their people of color and their LGBT streamers, and like they had tons of partners that were female, people of color, that were representative. They didn't have a tag system like Twitch does, but they had a hashtag system you could put in your chat, sort of, kind of. But like they actually had, like, there were several times where I'd be streaming, even as a small streamer, I would have like the golden name, which was someone that worked for Mixer, would pop up and see how I was doing, letting me know like, hey, just so you know, your game title and your what's it called?
Tag.
Not my tag, but my rating was wrong.
Rating?
My rating was wrong, so I needed to update my rating from E from everyone to like mature or whatever. And so like they would be there, then they would like stick around for a little bit, make sure everything was okay, and they were constantly watching for hateful stuff. Like there'd be times where I'd see something hateful pop up in my message, and sometimes before I could even get to it, there would be occasional times where like deleted by Mixer moderator.
That's good.
And it was a very interesting place to be on. Now, obviously, I had a lot of success there. I was halfway to partner when I was on Mixer. I was halfway there. You had to have 2,000 followers, and you had to hit the average of 50. I was at the average, and I was almost at 1,000 followers, which was really great. And then we found out about all the racist nonsense that was going on behind the scenes. Some about a couple of other things that were going on behind the scenes that I'm not going to get into. And then the fact that Microsoft was kind of done with the Mixer experiment in their minds, because Mixer hadn't grown up as much as they had wanted as much as they thought Twitch was. The problem was that there were content creators that were doing both, that were streaming both the Twitch and Mixer. They hadn't made one or the other, like they hadn't been exclusive. So basically Mixer hadn't gotten to the point where Microsoft wanted it. So they basically just dumped everyone to Facebook gaming, which I then streamed on for about half a year, got really successful there, and then started putting my trans flag in my corner, and then immediately got shadow banned by Facebook gaming.
Wow, that's crazy.
I had 10,000 followers on Facebook gaming. Was doing really good. Wasn't making any money over there because that's not what my goal was, but like 10,000 followers, was making really good progress, and then suddenly I put up my trans tag on my stream, immediately shadow banned. Nobody was showing up. It was crazy to see even that Facebook gaming has an issue with LGBTQ people playing games and streaming and making content. So it was like, and so like I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to Twitch, because at least there I have friends that are willing to moderate for me and hang out and play games with me, and I'll just see what happens there. So I ended up going back to Twitch, and here I am now back on Twitch, trying to, I don't put up with the bullshit. If the moment anyone puts anything hateful in my chat, they're gone. Like, I have my chat, like, it's like right here. So I play on 2 monitors now. I have a double monitor set up. I have the game on one, the chat's up in the other, and the moment I see it, anything flare up in the chat now, I can see it, and it goes down. Like, I don't put up with any hate. The moment you say anything hateful, you're gone. Like, you're banned immediately. There's no more like second chances anymore. Like, I used to give second chances, try to have a conversation with people, but I learned that a lot of people would like give, kind of like stick around, like pretend that they were like giving a chance to listen to you, and then after a while they would then just like start spewing their nonsense again. So basically So basically, like, it just got to the point where I'm like, all right, you know what? Anything hateful, you're gone. I don't care if it's hateful towards me, towards anybody else, towards members of the color community, of anyone that's black or
Yeah.
Hispanic or anything like that. Like, if you're a member of that community and you say anything hateful to that community, you're gone.
Absolutely.
I don't put up with it. And you also have to be careful too, because like, even if you're playing Call of Duty and someone has like the N-word in their name, you can get banned for that on Twitch.
Yeah, you can. That's why we watch out whenever I'm with my friends and we're playing Call of Duty when they're streaming. Yeah, we always have to keep an eye out for those people.
Yeah,
always.
Because like, yeah. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean, thank you so much. I appreciate your input and your insight on that. And I'm glad that we could give some extra input and insight on it as well. We're running at like an hour and a half already. We still have to do the interview. We'll have to blast these questions.
That's fine. I'll do my best to answer. Yeah, I'm sorry that my jokes have caused it to go longer. But
you're fine. It's fine.
It's absolutely fine, Rogue. So don't you worry. Don't you worry at all.
To get this chains of domination back out.
Whip. Okay. Thanks, Trans. Thanks for that. Yeah. So let's go straight to the third segment. Well, we kind of made the first one with 2 lots. This one was the third one. This is technically the 4th one, even though it's technically the 3rd for our normal one. But this is the interview with the streamer, which is RogueValkyrie Gaming. Check her out. She's absolutely amazing with all the content that she does. Absolutely amazing.
Known her for years.
Absolutely. But like I said, Trans will do the questions.
It's my weakness.
So no pressure, Trans. No pressure on getting these questions spot on with no issues, no tissues as well. So
under pressure.
Queen.
Yes.
Love it. Yes.
Can I go wrong with some Queen?
Queen is always good. There's never a bad time for Queen, ever.
Bohemian Rhapsody, top notch.
It was a great movie.
Totally.
It was a great movie. I watched it for free on an airplane. It was great.
Malk, yes, I agree with you. The song was amazing.
Yeah. And the film was amazing as well.
You're talking about the song.
Yeah. I was talking about the song, but I did not expect the film to kick in.
The movie was good too. The movie was
really good.
Yeah.
The movie was really good.
But yeah, we telepathic of getting 2 things differently, but even though it's the same title at the same time, and we both liked it as well. So there we go.
Yes, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I can listen to the song whenever I want. I have it on my playlist. Good.
Just don't play it now because copyright.
Yeah, no copyright. No copyright today.
No.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on these questions. We do have the Ask Anything at the end. We might kind of shorten that since we're kind of running a little long, and we were already behind to begin with. So we're going to go ahead and get started on these questions with you, Rogue. First question is going to be, is there a particular game you grew up playing on console or PC that you would love to see remade, and what about this game made it great for you?
Oh, man, this is going to be...
Under pressure.
Exactly.
Under pressure.
So there's this obscure Lego game that I played on PC as a kid. They never made... I don't think they actually made any Lego sets for this series, but like it was... Oh, man, I can't remember any of it.
She's drawing a blank, guys.
Oh, Lego Island. Does anyone remember playing Lego Island as a kid on PC?
Yes. I remember.
Okay, so it's not as obscure as I want. But anyway, I loved Lego Island as a kid. It was a very interesting click game. I would love to see that game remade and like a first person kind of like Lego game kind of thing. I'd love to see them remake that. But kind of like update the game a little bit with current sets and stuff like that, make the world a little bit bigger. I mean, like obviously I know they have like the Lego games, like they have like, you know, like the Star Wars Lego game, Lego Star Wars, all that stuff. But like this game particularly was a lot of fun to play. You had the burglar guy, and then you had Mama and Papa. They ran like a little pizza place. You were the kid that you're like their kid or their nephew or something like that. And you were a skateboard around town delivering pizzas. And then you delivered a pizza to the burglar guy, and he broke out because he used the oil from the pizza to escape. It was weird.
I love it. It's great. It's so
But yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and then there's also Lego Creator, which is another obscure like Lego creation game that you could play on PC as well. These are all games from the 90s, by the way, if anyone's
Nothing wrong with
unaware.
that.
Back in the day.
So like
Back in
I'm
the
in
day.
my 30s, so I'm old.
We
So,
all are,
We
actually.
all are. We all are. So
And I love Legos. Actually, my wife works at the local library, or one of the local libraries, and they have Lego kits that they can check out. And she actually checked out the one of the Lego TIE Fighter kits for me to put together.
Oh, that's so cool.
So one thing I'm actually going to be incorporating into my streams is going to be Lego building streams. So that's something that's in the works.
Okay.
So if anyone's
Looking
ever
forward to
interested
that.
in like seeing that, stop by the stream, give a follow, because eventually I'm going to be doing Lego building streams on stream once I get the table set up and the cameras set up the way I want them and all that stuff. So
That's gonna be fun.
Cool. That'll
Lego
be
is amazing.
yeah, no, I love Lego. It's
I'm
one
a
of those few
I'm a
things-
major proponent of the Lego Master Show. So yeah.
Yep, season 2's out. They have I think they had an episode come out this week as well. I gotta watch.
No, I did. I'm so excited. I gotta watch it.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
so
we're getting off track. We're getting off track.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm okay with this getting off track. I'm just saying I'm trying to get us back on track. All right, next question. Next question for you. How long have you been streaming for, and what were some of the memorable milestones along the way?
Oh man. I think I've been streaming for about 5 or 6 years. I started first over on Twitch, and then for about 2 years, then I switched over to Mixer. I was on Mixer for a solid 3 years, I think, because like they were still kind of growing, and then I was on there. Maybe it was 2 years. I know it's somewhere around there. I think the biggest accomplishment was when I switched over to Facebook, and I got just like I happened to do like a really interesting. I was covering the Cyberpunk event. Some of the Cyberpunk events, and like apparently that was something that Facebook gaming was something that no one really was doing over there, and so like a lot of people ended up following me over there, and I ended up with like I had to like shut off my notification alert box because like it just flooded in, and I ended up with like 10,000 followers within like 4 days. It was insane. And then I tried streaming afterwards, and it's just like Facebook was like no. But like I can use, but it was great though is that I can use that now for like finding ways to support the channel without people having to spend money. So for instance, like I now have a creator code through Epic Games.
That's
so
awesome.
Like if anybody wants to like buy a game that's on Epic Game Store and they want to support me, they can then put that code in, and I get a little kickback for the game, and it doesn't like it doesn't cost them more than a few extra seconds to type my name in, and it's great because it's like like I said, it's a great way to support me without having to spend money. And I'm a big proponent of that. If like there's a way for you to support me without having to spend money, then I'm 100% on board with that. Obviously, like the obligatory merch store, everybody's got one of those. I think I've bounced through like 4 different stores trying to find the best one. I found one that's finally cheap enough for everybody to like afford like my stuff finally. And it was like a hard time to like try to find it. It was insane. But like, but I go
through that too.
Yeah. But I think like the biggest moment for me though, in streaming though, is just like the awesome people that I've met in the process of streaming. Because those are friendships that I've been able to hold on to for like the last couple years. Trance and Malk, like you guys are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. And thanks. The mods that I have as well are great people. I love playing games with them. Like my mods, I play games with them off stream all the time. Like they're great people. And when I don't stream or I don't play games, I miss everybody. Like it's nice. And like it's just like for me, it's about the community of people that I'm hanging around with than it is the financial side. Like because I could give 2 shits about making $3 off a t-shirt because I make really good money at my job. So
All but thank you, Rogue. Absolute legend.
Thanks, Rogue.
Absolute
we love you too. You're amazing.
I love you guys. You guys are great.
We'll put the creator code in for you afterwards.
Yeah, it's actually just RogueValkyrie and then an underscore. I think there's no E. I think it's just RogueValkyrie minus the E and then an underscore.
Okay.
It's on my Twitch page.
Cool. I'll go check it out for sure. And definitely you guys do that as well. Because Rogue's amazing. We have to support her.
Yeah, you've got to do it.
You don't have to
You don't
support me.
have to. You know what I mean. I just meant that she's amazing, and if you think she's amazing as well, as much as we think she's amazing, we would love to support her. That's all I'm saying.
Don't feel obligated to. That's like the one thing. It's like if
Disclaimer.
you want to come by and hang out with me, I promise you it'll be a good time and a fun time.
Absolutely.
I'm actually working on trying to make a custom like COD lobby for Warzone for everyone just to go and have fun.
Oh, really?
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
I don't know how to do that, so I'm looking into doing it. But like, I want to make a custom like Call of Duty Warzone lobby for everybody just to have fun. I'm thinking about making it to where everyone can only use tomahawks.
Yes, that'd be great.
Because I'm actually in the process. Like, I haven't told my wife yet, but I'm like in the process of thinking about how to make a melee only battle royale, and I want to use Unreal Engine 5 to do it. But like, I want to figure out how to do it first.
I have a couple of game creation friends, so yeah, right up there with it.
Yeah, have Excalibur as like one of the weapons you can grab. It's like a legendary sword. You have to find it, and it just spawns randomly around the map. That'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
Your armor is like knight's armor or like shogun armor or something like that. It'd be really cool.
That'd be fun.
That would be absolutely amazing, and it'd be absolutely chaotic at the same time.
As soon as you get that up, Rogue, you know we're going to want to know the name of it. You know we are.
Stabby Royale.
Yes, that's very catchy. Very catchy. Very catchy.
Absolutely.
The question is, do I want to put ranged weapons in? Like, do I want to put a bow in there? Crossbow, maybe? Like, just so if anybody wants range, they have the ability to.
Just go for it. Just put a bow in, with a tomahawk as well. Just, mix it up as well.
Throwing axe, yeah. I don't really like calling it a tomahawk because I feel like that's appropriative. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think another frame such as that would be throwing axe or like a war axe or something. I don't know.
Throwing
something like that.
Or you could just get the mod and just get a banana hammer.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
totally.
Make a banana hammer as a legendary weapon.
that would need to be streamed, and that will be like, that's it. We have took over the mods. This is what you get now of the Warzone. So, sorry, Chance. I do apologise for interrupting the question.
No, you're good. You're good. Next question I have for you, Rogue, is what game made the biggest impact on you as a child?
The game as a child. Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, if it's not a child, if there's something like in your teenage years or whatever, or even your early adult years, a game that made a really big impact on you just over time.
I think that honestly, the game that really got me in, I think the big game that got me into gaming the most, probably the one that was the biggest impact. Because it's a series that I constantly go back to, but hate playing because like I never finished the games and I hate myself for it. Is the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That was the game that actually really kind of got me into gaming. I played that, and then like I got hooked, and then I started playing Mario Kart, Mario 64. And then my dad gave me my cousin's old Game Boy, and I started playing the shit out of that. And then I got a Game Boy Color and played Pokemon Yellow, which I think I wore. I think my dad told me I wore like $50 worth of batteries out of that Game Boy.
Wow.
Because I mean, I had a purple Game Boy Color,
Yeah,
and I think I wore the purple plastic down where you held it down with your. Like I think I wore it down, like because of how much I played it.
The perpetual handprints of where your hands were.
Yeah. Like it went from that nice, Nintendo purple to a dark greasy purple. Because of how much grease I put into it from holding it for so long. But no, like Legend of Zelda was the one game. Like it was like I wasn't much of a gamer as a kid. Like I really wasn't. I was more of an outdoors kid. I just loved being outside. Yeah, I was highly allergic to poison ivy. I didn't care. I just run through the woods anyway in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'd come back like, I can't move, because I would get like these crusty scabs like all over me, and I like waddle into the house and like, get the calamine lotion, Ma. I can't move.
I remember those days.
Our second cat has named us with her presence.
Hi, pretty baby.
This is
so
Willow.
Cute. Hi, Willow. Aww. You're so cute and pretty. Oh, she heard our name.
Yeah, she's a Torby, tabby and calico or tortoiseshell mixed together.
I love it. She's so cute. I love her. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, we had to have a kitty break again. Sorry, guys.
I think it's kitty outbreak is kicked in as well.
The cats are taking over.
And Ballerina's on the ottoman. I don't know if you can see the black lump like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the little darker fuzz. Yeah, I see it.
I'm now bookended by cats.
That's awesome. I love it. It's a good place to be in. It really is.
Definitely. But yeah, no, like Legend of Zelda was the one game. I think I never actually beat Ocarina of Time after all these years. I even bought it when I had a 3DS. I bought the 3DS version to try to beat it, to finally accomplish that. Never beat it. Twilight Princess, bought it, got all the way through almost to the end, put it down, never finished it. Majora's Mask, couldn't finish it. Never got to it. But it's like the one game that I constantly get close to finishing, and then I put it down and I never touched it again. It's like the one game series I never want to finish. Breath of the Wild is the only game series that I've never messed with any of the major bosses. I just walk around cooking food.
Cooking food?
Like, who buys Breath of the Wild just cook food?
You apparently.
Yeah. I treat the hunting for durian fruit very serious because there's some serious enemies over where the durian fruit grows, and yep. I think at some point I actually need to go fight the bosses and get the. I have to restart my game though because I tried doing the Master Sword quest, and the Master Sword like trials.
Yeah.
And there was a glitch where you could actually teleport out.
Oh,
and in doing so, every time you teleported, the world reset. So I had like 15 Majora masks. I had like you could duplicate chests. So basically I would just teleport to the clear shine and I could basically like go over and like resell everything. So I had like 4 Master Swords and like 15 Hylian shields, and it was great.
That's mad, that is.
Nice.
It was a great way.
You had like crazy OP like armory over there. It was great.
Oh yeah, no, my armor was like I had so many duplicates of my armor. It was a stupid glitch, but the problem is that once you did that though, your game was broken and you would have to delete your save and restart. And I didn't know that. So
this is awesome. Wait a minute.
This is awesome. I have like my full sword inventory is all Master Swords. Wait, why can't I do anything? And then yeah, sure enough. So it's probably
gotta love broken glitches. Gotta love them.
I think glitches are great. You can still do it. They never fixed it.
Really? They never fixed it? Okay, so there you go, guys. Now you know about the glitch.
Could you repeat that again, please? Was that glitch? No,
I don't know if you weren't listening, then that was it.
Missed it. You missed it. Sorry.
You just have to replay the whole podcast again to listen.
Yeah.
Next question I have for you, Rogue, is what things do you look for when deciding on a new game to play? And a quick interjection for our viewers. If you guys hear some of the questions overlapping, I promise they don't know what the numbers are for the questions when they pick them at the beginning of the stream. They just pick numbers, and that's why you might hear some new questions. You might hear similar questions. So, but yeah, what things do you look for when you're deciding on a new game to play?
If it looks cool.
Hey, that's a legitimate answer.
I expected. I expected like more sentences, but that was just cool.
I have a bad. Honestly, here's the thing. I have a bad habit of buying a game, playing it for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then putting it down and not touching it for like 4 months.
Yeah,
I have like.
You okay over there?
Did you just like say something over there? I could have sworn I heard you just like make a noise.
We have an interjection off of camera, guys.
My wife coughed because of my comment.
We're sorry for technical difficulties here, guys, but we will be back with you shortly on here.
She's like, not touch it ever again. I think she's making comments about the about Cyberpunk and how I haven't touched it.
It's a wife bomb. Hi.
It's the wife. This is the wife.
Hi. The kitties. Yes.
This is Love's Villains. This is her name.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
So they're saying I'll say hi.
Yeah. Special guest, RogueValkyrie's wife.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's pretty much it. Like if it looks cool, it's pretty much that's like the main reason that you look for. Awesome.
Yep, basically. Ow. Basically, yep. And then I won't touch it for a while, if not sometimes forever. I think that the comment's mostly about the Cyberpunk game because I really haven't touched that game in like several months because of the fact that since obviously we talked about this briefly in earlier in our conversation, the game released broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure you guys have seen some of the memes like the car that glitched out and then got stuck in another car and then it flipped it over. Yeah, you know, I've seen that multiple times. You know, I call it the John Cena moment, because you know it's you know you don't see it coming and then bam, it's there. There have been several times where I'm just driving along and suddenly the world just disappears and I'm falling forever. And I haven't saved in a while. So like, I mean, there's some really interesting glitches in Cyberpunk, and I'm really waiting. I cannot wait for Game Ranks to do like a glitches compilation for Cyberpunk.
Yes.
I mean, I know they did one, but they're gonna have to do so many more. Because there's just so many awesome glitches in Cyberpunk. And the game is at a point now where it's more stable. And like I've updated it. I'm going to be jumping back into it probably next week on a personal run. Just because I want to see what the game is like before I stream it again. If you haven't noticed, I have a Cyberpunk gaming chair. Like I
didn't see that. That's amazing.
I love Cyberpunk. It's my favorite sci-fi genre.
Yeah.
And I haven't really played the game in a while. My wife just made another noise.
It's okay.
But
this is
like,
part of doing it live, guys.
I plan on getting back into it. It's just there's a lot about the game. I want to wait for them to fix a lot first.
Yeah. They're feeling better about where they have the game now. I saw a notification about that.
Yeah, they're took them 6 months, but they finally got it where they want it to be.
All right, next question for you. When was the moment you really decided to take up gaming as a hobby?
I think it was probably back in high school. I really didn't really have much. Like, I think I had an N64 from like when they came out up until most of high school. Like, I didn't really have a modern console. Like, I didn't have an Xbox or a PS2. I think I just played N64, and basically from its release up until high school. And then I went over to a friend's house and I saw an Xbox. I'm like, what is that? What is this thing? I'm like, oh, that's an Xbox. I'm like, oh, an Xbox. It's a gaming console from Microsoft. I'm like, I didn't know they made those. And so I got introduced to Halo. And this is my first time ever playing with a dual stick controller. And I got my ass whooped by my friends playing Halo. Because they're like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. And I hated it. But then my friend took me through the campaign of Halo. And it was one of the most fun moments I think I've had in a long time in gaming. And so I would literally spend weekends over at his house. We'd play games. I got really good at playing like SWAT and all kinds of other game modes. Eventually I got better than he did, and he hated that, so we quit playing. And so at that point, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I need an Xbox for Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas. I want an Xbox. But because I was under age 17, though, they refused to buy me Halo because it was a rated M for mature game. So I ended up getting stuck with the sports games and the ones that you don't want to play as a kid. Which was fine, but I was playing NCAA football at the time on Xbox, which my grandfather was blown away by because he's like, oh, I was playing it one Christmas, and he walked in after Christmas and he saw the game. I was like, oh, I know college sports were playing. Who's playing? He thought it was a live sports team playing. And then he watched as the play choice came up. He goes, wait, are they showing the plays that they're playing on the TV? Well, I've never seen this before. And I had to explain to him that it was a video game. He's like, that's a video game that looks like real life TV. And it was just a really funny moment between me and my grandfather.
That's awesome.
And it was at that point, though, that I came more involved in gaming. I think I played more regularly on the weekends. Even though I was still doing sports and stuff in high school. I think I got more into gaming around that point because I had a console now. I was playing more with my friends, and it just kind of took off from there. And then when I moved out on my own, I bought my first 360.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced to console gaming when I was the same friend that introduced me to Halo introduced me to PC gaming.
Nice.
So we got into PC gaming together, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And it was just a really awesome moment.
That's really cool. I like hearing everybody's stories about how they get into gaming. It's really good to hear, where everybody started. Next question. Is there a game that's releasing soon that you are super hyped to play, and why?
Well, I was going to say Battlefield 2042, but with the recent news about EA and Hi-Rez getting involved with that TV ad company wanting to put TV ads in video games, and how EA is trying to put those in 12 of their games releasing this year, and how 2042 is most likely going to be in that list of games, I have now lost all will to probably buy Battlefield 2042. Even though it looks so much better than Warzone,
It does.
I'm more interested in playing Farm Simulator 2022.
Hey, Farming Simulator 2022 is kind of cool because it's like got that slice of life type feel, and
Yeah.
slice of life games are fun.
Yeah, it definitely looks really awesome. I love simulator games. I've really enjoyed them ever since I was a kid. I played Age of Empires when I was younger, on PC. Like I played
Me
those
too.
with the Lego games. I mean, like it was one of those moments which is like I played them as a kid, but like I didn't really get into PC gaming as a kid. I didn't get into that until I was much older. But I'm trying to collect my thoughts here, make sure I get them all out correctly.
That's okay.
It's all good.
But like when you say that you're possibly going to be putting these things into games, like my hype for them immediately goes away. And I'm trying not to get hype about stuff as much as I used to, mainly because like I was part of that hype crowd for No Man's Sky, got disappointed, got hyped up for Cyberpunk 2077. I was really excited for it. Came out, I really enjoyed what I played, and then as soon as the bugs hit, it became unplayable, and I really got disappointed. I've still tried to occasionally hop in and play once there's big updates. And the game is getting better, and I'm looking forward to once again hopping back into the game now that it's more
That's a good
stable.
thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing when they do updates that make you hyped up for the game again, you know?
Yeah.
I love it when that happens.
But I think the game that I'm most excited about for this year, and it's the game I haven't been excited for since Halo Reach, is Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Because I played Halo 5. Halo 5's multiplayer is really good. And I didn't know that until recently, because I was on that crowd like, oh, it's not made by Bungie, therefore it's gonna be crap. And I should have just bought the game and played it, because the games are fun. And now I'm kicking myself because now I have to relearn how the new Spartan systems work by 343, because in Halo 5 they have sprinting. You can sprint.
Nice.
So you can sprint without using an ability button, which is really nice. I'm
cool.
boring Malk apparently.
No. He's listening to you. He's listening.
I am listening.
I was making a joke.
Oh,
because he was yawning.
Oh, it's late for him. It's crazy late. I don't know what you got going on tomorrow, Malk. Aside from your own stream, if you're going to do it.
It's so good.
So it's okay. But no, I think the game I'm honestly most excited for right now is Halo Infinite. I'm looking forward to getting back into competitive SWAT.
Squat? What? What is this? What is this?
Rogue, I think that's something totally different.
Yeah. No, I really want to get into competitive SWAT. That's what I played it competitively when in Halo 3. Sort of, not really too competitively. Like I played a few minor tournaments here and there, but like, it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't really any good at it, but it was still a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. But we will not be doing any competitive squatting, I promise.
Malk, if that didn't wake you up, I don't know what will.
I don't know.
So
okay, we got 2 more questions to go.
Yeah, let's get through them. So we get Malk to bed. We got to put him to bed. Get him tucked in.
What are some short-term goals you have as a streamer, and what are some long-term goals?
My short-term goals, honestly, is just to build an amazing rocking community for everyone to feel welcome and play games together. That's always my ultimate goal, is to get people together to play games. That is what I want. I want people to feel like they can get together. Hey, I'm wanting to play this game. Anyone available to play? You know, there's so many Discords around for everything, and I would love to have my Discord be like a community one-stop shop for like multiple games. I mean, I'm not in Discord. I'm on Guilded, because like I can break the different games up into their own spaces. So not everyone's. And I know you can kind of do that too with Discord, but unlike Discord, I can actually like have it in its own room that's kind of like away from the main space. So you're not having to
Yeah.
like scroll through like 50,000 chat rooms. You can just click on the logo for the game, and then you have your own chat space right there. That's what I'm looking, and that's why I really enjoy Gilded. Plus, I have, I don't have to worry. Everyone can take my emotes from my server and use them in any server. They don't have to pay for it over on Gilded, and there's more space that you can use for files and all that stuff. And they're adding audio for streaming here shortly. So like it's a new Discord service, but it's way better in my opinion. And I highly recommend anyone checking it out to go check out Gilded, because it's really simple. You can make custom bots within Gilded to do things. So like for, I think retro has seen, or Malk has seen this when Malk goes live, because he has a certain tag in my server, it immediately shouts him out on the going live chat. So, which is really nice. And that's all done specifically with a bot that I built within the server, not from an external bot.
Cool.
I think that's really good how it's brought out, as you said, more sections of all the games, and it's just that specific chat for that game itself. And as you said, the live notifications, I was really impressive with that. So I was like, oh, I'm live! Yes!
Did you know this, Mal? Did you know you went live?
No, I did not know. And then it pops up. It was just like, yes. I was just like, oh,
it was like a little automatic thing for people. Now, obviously, if anyone's not part of the streamer thing and they post that they're in there, I've set up where they can't post in there if you're don't have the streamer tag. But all you have to do is let me know, and I'll give you the streamer tag, and then you automatically can post in there every time you go live, which is great, because all you have to do is you connect your Twitch account to your Gilded account, and then it automatically does it for you, which is really nice.
It's absolutely amazing.
So now you don't have to go through like all your thousands of Discords going, "Hey, I'm live. Hey, I'm live. Hey, I'm live." Gilded has it built in. So like if anyone has it in their server and you're in their server and they have it set up for that, which several of the servers that I'm in on Gilded have that. So whenever I go live on Twitch, it immediately shouts it out saying, "Hey, I'm live," which is really nice.
I like how you said, "Hey live, hey live, hey live" on there as well.
Pretty much. I do that. I didn't do it today. I should have, but I didn't. But we were running behind, so that's part of the reason why I didn't do it today. I figured if people are following, they'll come in. I can let it slide one day. It's okay. Last question we have for you. Last question I have for you today, Rogue, is going to be: Do you have any suggestions for potential streamers?
Not. Here's the thing: the way that one person succeeds will not be the same way that you succeed.
True.
I had this idea in my head when I first started streaming that I would succeed if I did everything the same way that, say, DM21 Gaming streamed, or if Ninja streamed, or if Shroud streamed, or Pokimane streamed. Like, I had that in my head that if I did exactly the way they did things, that I would be successful. It's not how it works. You have to put your own spin on the way that you stream. It has to be about you. If you start copying, I wouldn't say copying. Don't copy someone else's stream. What you should do is take inspiration and put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
For instance, I have on my stream now, another streamer recently made their own thing that they personally made for stream elements public for people to try. I absolutely loved it. And I'm glad that they made it available, because it makes really awesome interactions for chat. Because instead of having my chat in a box on the side of my stream, they now have little bubbles that pop up randomly around my screen.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I like it.
And then on top of that too, I also have an emote screen as well. So whenever someone emotes, the emotes also pop up all randomly across my stream as well. So basically, you'll see your emotes pop up twice. So if you drop an emote chat, you'll see a little bubble pop up, and then you'll see your emotes then pop up randomly around at the same time. It's a lot of fun. There's also a chat leaderboard now as well. So the more you chat, the higher you are on the leaderboard. It's really cool. And this streamer is awesome. And I'll probably I've shouted them out a few times. I'm going to shout them out again in my next stream. But I found them on TikTok, of all things.
Oh wow!
No way.
Nice.
Yeah. Here's the thing too. If you're on TikTok, you're gonna get a lot of streamer tips, especially if you're a streamer, because obviously if you're gonna be looking at streaming stuff and things like that, take the tips with a grain of salt, even if they are really good, because not all the tips are going to be beneficial to you. They may sound beneficial, but not all of them are. My current audio setup is perfect for me because of how my system is set up.
Yeah.
If I were to tinker with my audio settings now, I would probably destroy everything that I have set up. The only thing that I'm able to do is currently move my microphone from one PC to the other, and that's it. This microphone here is usually set connected to my streaming PC, where my microphone's connected. Right now, I can unplug it and move it into my gaming PC for instance, like tonight. But that's it. That's the only thing I can really do. I cannot, if I move my headphones around, if I try changing audio settings, I would mess things up. So, and it's a lot. So definitely, and another thing as well, another tip of advice as well. When you're doing raids, I'm finding it's more welcome if you more come in saying like hi in your raid.
Yeah.
If you're going to raid somebody, don't do like your name and then raid, because that actually can come across as self-promotion.
Yeah.
So like, because they're gonna get a notification that they're being raided by you. And then you just like have your members like spam like a hello emote. Don't use your emotes. Use like the generic Twitch emote as well. Like do like a generic Twitch emote saying hi, hello, or like we're coming over, hi, or like something saying like, hey, we're coming over to say hi and hang out, stuff like that.
Cool.
And then obviously that person's gonna know that you're a streamer. Don't self-promote in someone else's stream either. If you want to try to make friends as a streamer as well, like for instance, you think you can vibe with a streamer as well,
Yeah.
talk with them about their overlays, talk about them with like microphone settings, things like that. Don't go at it like, oh, I stream too, let's be friends, because that comes off as also, once again, self-promotion. It's all about how you go about doing things. So like for instance, if like I really wanted to talk to, say, I've been practicing this with friends that already know that I stream, because I just want to practice it, because there are some streamers that I would love to connect with that are really awesome, but like I'm also learning new things as well. So like this is like a recent tip that I learned. So like if you want to try to connect as a streamer with other streamers, go about it in ways of like, hey, yeah, your overlays are really cool. Where'd you get them? Did you make them yourself? Your emotes are really nice. Who'd you go through? How'd you get your panel set up down below? What extensions are you using? Things like that. Things that normally only streamers would really know. Kind of gives you that hint that, hey, this person's a streamer and they're trying to go about asking me to hang out or help me or talk to me about things that are not also trying not to be self-promotion.
Yeah.
And that will come off in a very respectful manner. But the best thing I can do is just get out there and do it as well. I'm sure Malk and Trance can also attest this as well. Like I'm very open to helping people. If you need help with getting settings or things like set up, if you're unsure of what to do, whether you want to use like OBS or Streamlabs OBS, I recommend Streamlabs OBS because it's a great starter software to use for streaming. I recently have left Streamlabs to go straight to OBS because it's more customizable for what I need. But if you're wanting to just get started, Streamlabs OBS is great because it has a lot of stuff built into it ready to go that can be really helpful.
Absolutely.
Nice. Awesome. And that's the end of the questions for today's interview. And we do have the Ask Anything time. We're probably going to make this a little bit shorter than we normally do because we ran a little bit late, and I know Malk is over there about to I saw him rubbing his eyes.
It looks like he's about to fall asleep.
He does, doesn't he? It's like crazy late for him. It's like 12, almost 12:30 for him.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Just sodas.
Just sodas. That's it.
Is that code word for gin and tonic?
Could be.
I'll talk to you about that after the stream, after the podcast as well. See how it goes. But yeah.
So anybody in my chat, anybody who's watching Malks right now, feel free to pop a question. If you do, we'll probably shorten this shorter than we normally do, so we can get everybody's questions in as quickly as possible. But if there's anything you want to add or ask, feel free to do that now. And we'll just chat and just chill until you get something in the questions. How about that?
Absolutely.
Poor Malk over there. You stretching. You've been sitting too long.
Yeah, I'm stretching. Because, there we go.
He says he's old, but I'm older than he is, which is crazy.
I know. I'm just, just trying to say on that. So, but
it's
yeah,
gonna be a thing now. He's gonna start doing that because of us, Rogue.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think he is.
Oh.
We started something with him.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Just like the change of domination.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Bringing it back. He's bringing it back.
all bringing it back all over again.
He's not going to be able to think of it the same way from now on. He's not.
Nope.
I am thinking of it differently quickly before it gets worse.
We have done our job then.
Mission accomplished.
Well. I don't know what to say on that now.
Ha
Right.
ha ha.
Oh, thanks.
No, that's not what I meant.
Thanks. Thanks.
The laugh that Rogue was doing got me thinking about all your base hair belonged to us, and I said ha 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 ha.
Oh. I thought you were like, I don't know what to say. You could say ha 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 on there. And
Ha 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 ha.
Chain of domination on here. That's it. So
now, yeah, go ahead.
Would you like to carry on, Trans, with this, or shall I carry on with this?
What are we
you
carrying
can carry on? I don't
you
know.
Something on your back?
No,
What
I've
are you
just got an
carrying?
itch. I'm carrying nothing, but I've got an itch at the back.
I'll give you the chains of domination to scratch it.
Oh, I knew that was coming. From that.
I have a handy dandy scratcher for the itchy back situation that I use regularly on stream. My boyfriend bought me this, and I'm like, thank you so much. You thought he would have bought me like a dozen roses or something. It was the most amazing experience.
That's another thing too. We us girls, women really don't want flowers, because flowers die and they don't really show much in the way of affection, in my opinion. Like gifts like a back scratcher or a new umbrella or something practical that we can use shows more than flowers.
Practicality over novelty.
Exactly.
It's nice, don't get me wrong. Tesco's preach. All caps, 6 exclamation points, preach. Please, yes. Functionality is wonderful. We love it.
Yes,
we love
functionality.
I'll have to make notes of it next time. Do not buy flowers next time.
Take tips, Malk.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends. Well, I don't want to know too much when you sounded that groan noise. It was like,
no, it's just that we love chocolate. It's a little moment. It's a little moment of bliss for us to just sit there and have a chocolate and like close our eyes and just enjoy it. It's a little moment of indulgence. It's wonderful.
Yeah, but it depends on what chocolate though.
If it's American chocolate, it's if it's German chocolate, on the other hand.
Is it top notch? Is it top notch?
It is top notch.
It's top notch. Yeah.
Okay.
No cap.
German, no cap. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know.
That's what the kids are saying these days, right?
I don't know. I'm so not hip. It's horrible.
It's not sick. It's not sick.
Hello, my fellow kids. I'm also here with my skateboard.
I'm like, I know the kids love me at my job, but like, I'm just this weirdo that's so, like, I guess I'm so detached from the hip stuff that I'm actually cool. I guess is what it is. I don't know. I've lost track. I've lost it.
It's yeah. I think that's part of the reason why I watch TikTok, is because it helps me keep up with everything. But at the same time, like, I'm so old now that I can't really, like, I don't understand it. Like, it changes so fast. You know what I mean?
Boom, boom, boom. Like that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Like, I finally understood what cap and no cap meant, and now they're not even using it anymore.
It takes longer to understand it than it's popular.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, guys, have you got any questions for on Trance's stream? No?
I have not seen any pop up. Tessa's still hanging out with us, but I have not seen any questions.
Yeah, there's no
Unless she has
questions on
something
my
else
stream
coming
either. But then again, I don't have a stream, so that would make sense.
That would, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could have told your peoples to come and check us out. I think you did post it. Yeah, you did. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I've got to think of a question. At least one question outside of it.
Outside of our regular questions.
I tell you what. If you had to choose between any of the Zelda games that you could not complete, I know you said Ocarina of Time, was that your number one of all time, the game itself, or would you say a different type of game that you like that was in that category of like top notch that you always want to play back again? I know that was too much. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That was a lot.
I'm guessing the question is like, what other game I would like that is like top tier game that I would like to replay again.
Yeah. See, that was more simpler than my explanation. That's why my pronunciations have been absolutely shocking.
That was like me last week, simplifying your question.
It's vice versa.
We go back and forth. That's how good of friends we are.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably have to go with, because I can't say that one because I've already done it, because they have the re-release with Pokemon Eevee and Pikachu, so that kind of doesn't work because I've already done that. Let's see.
I know what my remake game would be.
What's that?
If you guys would you guys like to know what my remake game would be if there was to have a remake game?
Tell us.
While Rogue is thinking about the other game that she's thinking about, she would love to play. My remake game would be Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, okay.
That was so good. It had to compete with Final Fantasy, which was the problem.
Yeah, that was the problem. You know why it was called Final Fantasy, right?
No.
So it was called Final Fantasy because it was actually the last game that they thought they were going to make. So they spent all the last bit of their budget that the company had to make this game. They called it Final Fantasy because it was their final game that the company could have made. And then the game blew up. And so now they had to make sequels to a game that was called Final Fantasy that was meant to be a one-off.
Like the never-ending story?
Basically, yeah. But basically, yeah, the company was going under and they had just enough money to make one more game. They're like, all right, we'll make this game and then we'll go bankrupt. And then the game was a massive fucking success. And then they're like, what the fuck?
Whoa. It only takes one, guys. It only takes one.
Yeah, it takes
and
that
Tess
one
agreed.
moment.
Tess agreed with me and said yes, by the way.
Yep. I would have to say Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
Only because they will never remake it because it came from a time period that was so different. They'll never remake it.
It's so funny and hilarious.
It's
and
so
I use
bad.
That all the time.
It's so good. It's a great game, but it is so terrible that if I were to play it, I guarantee you Twitch would ban me.
They would, I'm sure of it.
It wouldn't be like a temporary ban. It would be a permanent fucking ban. Because that game is so bad. But I would love to see a remake of it.
I use
GoldenEye.
that.
GoldenEye is another one that I would love to see, like an original, like a recreation of, like the original GoldenEye, not like the remake that they put on the Wii U or some bullshit like that. That was awful. Like I want to see like an N64 remake with those levels, with that multiplayer, with that campaign. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I use the Conker's Bad Fur Day context quote all the time.
Honestly, I think my favorite part was when you can go in the lockers and pee on everybody in the multiplayer.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
You're a squirrel that likes to pee on people. Okay, it's just how that game is.
It's just how they roll.
He has a pee fetish, and you just have to give it to him. Okay.
It's such a crazy game. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
There is a few that I would always like to have remade that they have. Well, they did. One of them they did, but they did a crap version of it. I don't know if you like sports games or anything, but I like Diddy Kong Racing on the N64.
Oh, it's a great game.
But they did it in the. I think it was it the 3DS or DS. It was in one of those versions. They did a remade of it, but it was like the same version, but in that Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
But they should have expanded it to make it a lot, because the ending that they did was felt like, oh, there should be more of it when they did the reverse grid or the reverse tracks adventure mode as well, and that was immense stuff. And sorry, Chance, what you was about to say something? Or,
No, you're good. Go ahead. I was waiting for when I had a moment. I was going to tell you what Tess said, but you're good. Go ahead.
The other one is Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong 64.
I never played the 64. I did play Donkey Kong Country on the SNES though, and I loved that game. That was fun.
They did tropical. They did tropical free freeze or whatever it's called on the Switch as well.
Really?
So yeah, they did the Switch version of it. But what's good about the Switch is you can play like the NES and the SNES games if you're an online membership as well. So that's good. And it was so classic, and you just feel like you're a young kid just playing on the SNES or the NES, and it's just absolutely amazing stuff as well. But with Donkey Kong 64 and Diddy Kong Racing from the N64 series, I feel like they should have done a lot more better, like a lot of a new remade now.
Tess asked in my chat, does anyone remember Bloody Roar on PlayStation? I think that would be a good remake.
Never heard of it.
I never played it.
I
don't remember. I didn't play it, Tess. So
what is it? Bloody Roar? Like
yeah, Bloody Roar.
Like Bloody Roar type stuff on there.
Like blood when you roar.
Thanks. Yeah, I've not played it.
We've lost our minds, guys.
Yeah, we've lost our minds. To be fair.
Well, I guess I have to take over BISH BASH BOSH now.
Oh. She's good. She's really good. You need to get a promotion. You need to get a promotion.
How can I get a promotion? I don't actually work here.
I know, but I feel like you should. To be fair, we're joining us. To be fair, because it's just top-notch BISH BASH BOSH moments on there.
And that was a good BISH BASH BOSH moment, yeah.
Yeah, Trans stole my words, then you stole my words. So technically, I've been demoted as the host. To be fair, but it's all good. So if there's no more, we are 2 hours and 29 minutes that we've been doing of the stream of the podcast itself. We will be stopping in about 30 seconds time, but can I just say a massive thank you to RogueValkyrie Gaming. She's absolutely amazing. Please check her out. She does absolute amazing streams. Please follow her, subscribe, do all the shizzle. Do you know what I mean? Check her out as well.
Shizzle! Wow!
Don't subscribe unless you're using your free one from Twitch. I don't want you spending your actual money.
Okay. Shizzle.
I like it. Throwing it back.
I'll explain next time after the podcast.
I know what shizzle is. Come on.
Shizzle in the middle. That's it. Can I just say thank you to the lovely hostess with the mostess, is Trans Gamer Girl. She did an absolute amazing job, as always, sorting everything out. Amazing as well.
Thank you.
I saw that Rogue on the stream itself. Legend.
I know.
Absolutely.
That chip off your shoulder. Yeah, I know.
So, anyways,
thank you guys for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Tess did say it's a fighting game, kind of like Mortal Kombat, but the character's special abilities are turning into different animals. That's what she said about the game.
Oh, okay.
That sounds cool, though. It would probably make a really cool remake. You're probably right, Tess.
It absolutely amazing. So, anyways, guys, we are going to be stopping the podcast. I hope you have all enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Retro Wolf Live, Trans Gamer Girl, and RogueValkyrie Gaming as well.
Valkyrie. There's a K.
Yeah. I told you it's my pronunciation.
I know. That's okay.
He's tired. Cut him some slack.
I am cutting him slack. I could have been a lot harder on him about it. I just did a moderate correction. That's all I did.
I'm just scratching my eye of I understand. just understand as well. So here we go. Anyways, guys, cheers for that. We will be back next week for a new streamer. I can't believe this was episode 4. Episode 5,
No.
I believe, is Aries.
I believe. Let me pull it up and make sure it is Aries because Trance did not have her docs set up. So doing it now.
Unbelievable.
Yes, 7:10. We were gonna have Aries with us. Awkward Aries will be joining us, and that will be a blast of an experience as well. So definitely tune in then.
So I wonder who will win this battle here, Trans. That's the big question of it all. I'll probably lose again. I'll probably lose again, knowing my luck. To be fair, so
we should keep a tally. We should keep a tally of how many times we've ganged up on each other. See who's better at it.
I think it's 1-1 because the first.
I think it's 1-1. It's 1-1 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first episode we were just cool and calm. We wasn't know what to expect. Second episode, I think
it was kind of neutral. JD was kind of neutral.
JD was kind of neutral. Then everything all kicked off.
SV last week.
SV last week, amazing, and then Trance killed me off.
And Rogue.
Trance and Rogue.
And the kitty cats. Cats.
I will have to call the cat show on here.
Cat show.
The cat show. Yep. That'll be called on there as well. But yeah, I'm going to stop now because it's about nearly 20-1 UK time for me as well. Well, the guys are just about 4:30, 20-5 in the afternoon, I think
it's 6:38 for me. So 20 till 7.
Yeah, but it's 20 till 8 for me.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Rogue is ahead of me.
So there we go, guys. Absolutely amazing. Please check them out. We will be back next week at the normal time of 9 p.m. UK time for the awkward area. She's not awkward. She's absolutely amazing as well. She was in the chat, so she'll be on to hear her thoughts. Hopefully she'll be on as well. But anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. See you next week. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Hello.